साले ट्रेंड का एक ही वजह दुआ
Furusa liberty technology libe kuri eruma eko haru fatuga tibe hus baguta magutung ufala libe huwa fenta kuga veche libe fa
Jassali ma fighti libe Jassali ma fighti libe Jassali ma fighti libe Jassali ma fighti libe
राज्य एम्मे बोडु 5G नेटवर्क
Bebe, क्या हो रहा है? Bebe, मी क्या हो रहा है?
कमेंग हिंगा दो मी उंदगु कमेंट दो 5G जसाला कमेंग हिंगा दंबे नो मिया Ooredoo 5G जसाला कुरियरुमें अवह बेनुंदो 5G जसाला हयातुग अवह कुरियरुं होदालं बेनुमिया Ooredoo 5G जसाला मडुकुरु मी वारा बैक अमेद्दो 5G जसाला सतेक गुण स्पीड तजुर्बा कोल्लुम Ooredoo गे 5G जसाला
ಗೇಮಿಂಗ್ ಇತುರು ಹರಫತಕ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆಸಳಿ ಗೇಮಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ Ooredoo
जाणू तो एक है राकी तो एक हथियार उतर के हमला दी फुरड लाफा दुआ क्या गादा ना तोरो बाबा कुरा फुमा द बैक उड़ा गादुरा मुझे यार कम को दूटू वाला फुरा का कबारा तो वेनी हम राम तो कम फस की चहेनी they will survive for the veiny divide को टीम किंग को the veiny का बदन का को है गेमिंग का कतुरे का को है बेडी का कपा ए हो the veiny फहुमी है का के को the veiny दीवाने मी मगे महल मगे राज मी मगे वतन
Welcome to Ooredoo Nation.
किया बला किया ने काळू काळू कुरु कुरु काळू काळू किरुळी कुकुळू फास्ट को किया करकुर काळू किरुळू नो 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 काळू कुरु काळू किरुळी कुकुळू
ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಏದೋ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಹಲವು ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಅಕ ಉರಿದೂಗೆ ಅನ್ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಸೂಪರ್ ನೆಟ್
काळू कुरु काळू किरुळी कुकुळू
ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಏದೋ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಹಲವು ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಅಕ ಉರಿದೂಗೆ ಅನ್ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಸೂಪರ್ ನೆಟ್ ಎದು ಸ್ಮಿಯಂ ಐ ಲಿವೆ
ಫೋನು ಗಾವೆ ಬುಳಿ ಹಯಾತಾನ ಟುಂಗುಳಿಲನೀತ ಕುಮ್ಮಿಸಕಿ ಮೇಜುಗಾ ಎಫಶಿ ಗೇಮುಗಾ ಕುಳುನು ಸ್ಪೀಡುಗಾ ಎ ಪಬ್ಜಿಗಣ ಸ್ನೆಪ್ ಕುರೆ ಎಸಕ ಮೀಮ್ ತಕ ಎ ಫುರಿ ಫೀಡುಗಾ ಎ ಟೆಕು ಟಕು ಫುರಾ ಎ ಫಿಟು ಚೆಕು ತಕ ಬೆ ಓಜಿ ಫಶಾ ಎ ಸಾಳಿ ಟ್ರೆಂಡಕ ಎ ಕಿ ಬಜಿದುವಾ
Fursata libuni technology libi kuri eruma eko haru fatuga tibe hus baguta bagutung ufala libi nuwa fenta fuga vecce libi fa
Jassali ma fighti libe Jassali ma fighti libe Jassali ma fighti libe Jassali ma fighti libe
ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಬೋಡು 5G ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್
ಬೇಬೆ ಬೇಬೆ ಕ್ಯಾ ಹೊರಗ ಬೇಬೆ ಮೀ ಕ್ಯಾ ಹೊರಗತ್ತ
ಕಮೆಂಗ್ ಹಿಂಗಾಲೊಮ್ಮೆ ಉಂದಗೂ ಕಮೆದ್ದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಕಮೆಂಗ್ ಹಿಂಗಾಲಂಬೇಣೊಮಿಯ ಉರಿದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ
technology libi kuri eruma eko haru fatuga tibe hus baguta bagutung ufala libi nuwa fenta fuga vecce libi fa
Jassali ma fighti libe Jassali ma fighti libe Jassali ma fighti libe Jassali ma fighti libe
ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಬೋಡು 5G ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್
ಬೇಬೆ ಬೇಬೆ ಕ್ಯಾ ಹೊರಗ ಬೇಬೆ ಮೀ ಕ್ಯಾ ಹೊರಗತ್ತ
ಕಮೆಂಗ್ ಹಿಂಗಾಲೊಮ್ಮೆ ಉಂದಗೂ ಕಮೆದ್ದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಕಮೆಂಗ್ ಹಿಂಗಾಲಂಬೇಣೊಮಿಯ ಉರಿದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಕುರಿಯರುಮೆಂಗ್ ಅವಹ ಬೇಣುಂದೋ 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಹಯಾತುಗ ಅವಹ ಕುರಿಯರುಂ ಹೋದಾಲಂ ಬೇಣುಮಿಯ ಉರಿದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಮಡುಕುರುಮ್ಮಿ ವರ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಮೆದ್ದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಸತೇಕ ಗುಣ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ತಜುರ್ಬಾ ಕೊಲ್ಲುಮ ಉರಿದೂಗೆ 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ
ගේමින් ඉතුරු හරපතක රාජ්‍යයේ එම්ම සලි ගේමින් එක්ස්පීරියන්ස් උරීදු
ಜಾಣುತ ಏಕೆ ಹ್ಯಾರಾಕಿತ ಏಕೆ ಹತಿಯಾರುತ ಏಕೆ ಹಮಲಾದಿ ಫುರುಡಿಲ ಫಾದುವ ಕ್ಯಾಗಾದಾನ ತರು ಬ್ಯಾಬಾಕುರ ಫುಮ್ಮಾದ ಬ್ಯಾಕುಡಾಗಾದುರ ಮುಜಿಯಾರು ಕಮುಕದೂಡು ವ್ಯಾಲಾಫುರ ಕಾಕಬ್ಬಾರದ್ದುತ ವೇಣಿ ಹಗುಡಾಮತ ಕಂಫಸ್ಕಿಚ್ಚ ಹೇಣಿ ರೈವಲ್ ಸಫೈ ಪುರವೇಣಿ ದಿವ ಇಕ್ಕೊ ಟೀಮ್ ಕಿಂಗ್ ಕುಡವೇಣಿ ಹಿಂಗಾಬದಂ ಕಾಕು ಹಿಗೇಮಿ ಕಾಕತ್ತುರೆ ಕಾಕು ಹಿಬೇಡಿ ಕಾಕಬ್ಬಾ ಏ ಹುರವೇಣಿ ಫಹುಮಿ ಹೆಕ ಕಿಕ್ಕುರವೇಣಿ ದೀವುವಾಣಿ ಮೀ ಮಗೆ ಮಹಲ್ ಮಗೆ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಮೀ ಮಗೆ ವತನ್
Welcome to Ooredoo Nation.
ಕಿಯಾ ಬಲ ಕಿಯಾನೆ ಕಾಳು ಕಾಳು ಕುರು ಕುರು ಕಾಳು ಕಾಳು ಕಿರುಳಿ ಕುಗುಳು ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕೊಕ್ಕಿಯಾಲ ಕರ್ಕುರು ಕಾಳು ಕಿರುಳು
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ooredoo Nation Gamersland Esports Flash Series, and this should be the second day of our PUBG Mobile Flash Series. And once again, I am your caster Annie, and let's go ahead and have a fun time going with Group B of our group stage. So yesterday, we had a pretty fun time with our 4 maps, and we should have the same for our Group B. So guys, let us look forward to it. And so I'm really excited to have PUBGM once again. So maybe like in terms of Ooredoo Nation, we'll have a little bit of a tournament before the next season of our PUBG Mobile's PMNC. So hopefully this is some really nice practice for our players in basically this season around. So yesterday it was a really nice time. We saw some really nice plays, and I think TM7 did a really great job yesterday. But now we have a different list of teams participating for tonight, and so I'm really excited to see which of these teams are going to come out really nicely on this group stage. So we should be looking at Arc Esports, Crown Esports, Double O, OPEX, Game Over Esports, Can Balloon, LF Lovins, and then NRS, LNN Syndicate, Lovins Fraternity S, Lovins OnlyFans, Naturally Exit, Oxford Esports, SDMZ Esports, Xeron Starlight, and Zexus Eon. So actually, we have some pretty familiar teams, as you guys know. So I think I have some fan favorites that I'm sure people are looking forward to. There's some pretty big names participating in the group stage B this time around. So you know what? So let's just go ahead and look forward to that. But here we are going to be starting off for our very first map. It's going to be Rondo once again, and we'll be seeing a double flight path. One of them is going from the east side going down to the west in the southwest in Longho. And the next line is from south to north, starting from Rintiang, going all the way to Nanchuan. So we can see a bunch of teams already dropping off. And I'm sure, as people already know, after maybe this is like the second year that Rondo has been used in official tournament formats. So people pretty much know how to strategize in Rondo already. And the most popular tried and tested strategy is the 3-4-1 split. So basically, one person stays at the recall towers while everyone else goes really, really aggressively. And I can already see the first blood happening right on our screens. Our first circle, which is surprisingly at the test track and Neox factory, centering around there, and maybe stadiums also within that circle. So pretty nice hot spots, and it's gonna be our first circle. And here we have 17 teams, and we're gonna be expecting that the number of players remaining will actually fluctuate all the way, but we don't have to worry about that too much. We worry about the number of teams. But here we have Levin's OnlyFans. We got Robbie just peeking out in the corners, going on to the rooftops. You can see there's a lot of players in this vicinity, and there was one player that I've seen going on the red. It needs to revive, but it's no matter, of course, as long as the whole team has at least one player still alive. We don't have to worry about that too much. FTR, however, not looking too hot. I can see 00 OPEX actually got 3 eliminations already. So whichever team they wiped out in this place, I'm sure the last fourth members out there trying to recall the rest of their players having a second chance in this map. Here we have Syndicate. And there's, I believe that should be Lovins at the ground floor of the situation. And then, oh, that's a 2-4-1. And Lucian is going to be going right onto the ground. Ayu going to be picking in. And there's still Cloud and Zeke still on the ground. So you don't have to worry about Luciano going down too much. I'm sure there should be one player on the recall tower. I can't quite see, so who in Syndicate is in this area, because well, Dan Ching is kind of full of teams right now. I can see maybe 4 or 5 teams clustered in this area. I can see Crown actually in the distance. There's Lovins, and then of course Syndicate right at our screens. And if I saw just a while ago, Zeke was the one out away from this place trying to find a recall tower, so they don't have to worry about getting wiped out too much. But over here, Oxford Esports going up against, there's another team nearby. Can't quite read that. I think that's Arc. And so there we have a little bit of a splash damage coming in, but Toddy was looking the wrong way. They get shot at, get punished, and now I'm kind of worried. There should be one last player on their team on Oxford, and if that guy is gonna get caught up by Arc, then they'll be in huge trouble. They'll get wiped out, but no matter. We're still seeing all 17 teams standing, so not one team got wiped out yet. We got a couple of eliminations here and there. In fact, right now, OPEX is actually the team that is doing really, really well. We can see that they already have 3 eliminations. Surprisingly, for a Rondo map, for 5 minutes into the game, this is actually not much eliminations. I guess what we saw a while ago in the kill feed mostly was knockdowns, but we don't see teams, rather players getting finished off. So they just stay knocked down, but no finisher, and it's not gonna count until the points. And I keep saying this again and again, Rondo is your opportunity to get as much points as possible. But here we have Mori managed to dodge a lot of the damage that Clown was gonna do from Zexos Eon. Oh, Mori, however, gets caught up by another team, and that should be right here, Syndicate. And it looks like they got another for themselves. We got the 1 versus 1. Ayu goes right into the ground, gets finished off, and there we have it. We have Zeke, however, at the recall tower, so we don't have to worry about that too much. And we can see Lovins, yes, they did get the 4 eliminations that they need. I believe there should be 2 eliminations from some other team, if I'm not mistaken. Here, NRS gonna be joining in. SDMZ is nearby. There should be OPX as well as another team. I can't quite read it from this mini map, but there should be 4 different teams in this area around where the first stage of the circle is gonna be bordering on EMP zone. I'm gonna make things a little bit more complicated in this area. Oh, Tyrant's gonna be peeking in. Hunter is right there nearby, trying to force in some bullets as well. Okay, going right at the corner, camping out this doorway. Hunter will be in for a surprise. They come in, but Tyrant's giving away their location too much. Looks like a 3 versus 2, however. Tyrant is right at the doorway. Lucid's quite low in health as well. So OPX, they have a quite bit of advantage, but Toxic's also nearby. It's still full health. Oh, Toxic gets caught up. Takes a lot of damage from Matu. Tyrant steps out into the gunfire. And that's not looking good. Tyrant gets finished off here in this situation. Matu goes right onto the ground. Lucid, however, gets caught up by Hunter. Hunter takes Lucid out of the situation. Matu still needs to get revived. I think Fantastic, they were over there trying to get the revive in hand as well. So OPX quite doing well, but Hunter does go right onto the ground as well. Ryan hiding up. Oh, 1 versus 1. Ryan steps right up and takes IP, but Ryan is quite low on health, literally 1 HP back there. At least they managed to heal up really nicely. AT Mighty goes right onto the ground. Rain takes them out. Rain's surprisingly still alive in this situation, despite the fact that there's so many hostile individuals around that area. But here we have SDMZ. Still 1 elimination, despite the fact I'm pretty sure SDMZ was here the whole time. They saw OPX the whole time, and the rest of the teams that were there that got wiped out in this situation. So SDMZ was laying low most of the time. So now it's their chance to try to get as much points as possible. But right now OPX with the 9 eliminations doing really well. But right now, not so good, since I did see there were 3 players on the red, but they managed to bounce out just really nicely, and Hunter even taking out Obi-Wan back there. So that's the 10th elimination. OPX doing really well, and this is what I really want to see in the Rondo map, ladies and gentlemen. This is what Rondo is about, and OPX getting the last laugh. They got the 10 eliminations that they need, and SDMZ, the rest of SDMZ should still be nearby, but SDMZ is not being proactive right now, unlike OPEX, who's being really proactive. We can see Aman just camping out in this rooftop. I'm pretty sure they saw the drama with OPX and the rest of the teams in Yulin, and I don't know if they didn't do anything or they just didn't manage to get some shots in. But here, 3 versus 1, Amon right on the rooftop. Flanky's quite far off, and I think Flanky is going to be disengaging from the situation. They got the car in, and I think Amon will be following up really nicely. They got the car on standby. Hopefully the tires are still intact. Zero on Starlight, staying quietly in this area. Cookie, however, is quite far from the rest of their team, but over here finally we can see the second stage of the circle. Looks like Stadium will be taking out of the equation. However, Test Track and the X Factor still within the circle, so surprisingly hot drop off spot on the Rondo, still on the stage 2 of the circle. I think we should know basically where this next, rather the last phase of the circle is going to be. Most likely having parts of Test Track still intact. But here we got 17 teams still 10 minutes into the game, so the teams are doing really nicely, keeping themselves alive. But in terms of getting elimination points, not so good, other than OPEX, who did a really good job. Lovins maybe is fine as well, but I'm really expecting a lot from the teams. This is Rondo. This is an opportunity. And right now, getting just one elimination, even worse, no eliminations from this map, it's throwing away an opportunity. But over here, Lovins, they got the 6th elimination, looking for more. Cat's Eye's nearby. It's Cats rather, and Molly goes right into the ground. Emmy's nearby, giving the revive. I believe it's still possible. And right now, they can maybe not so reliably rely on recall towers anymore. And then just back there, Cat's Eye just got wiped out by Lovins. Ezio and Soli gonna be getting the loot that they so want. But unfortunately for Cat's Eye, we'll be seeing them in the next map. Ginny Haver goes right onto the ground. And Zexos, I think they're in trouble. We got Ako and Hacker, the last 2 left standing. Now, as long as they don't get caught up, as long as FTR does not feed them, their team any information, they'll be fine. But going back to my point, however, I was hoping that, more than just one elimination, we get a little bit more than that, more than just 2 eliminations, we get a little bit more than that, since this is Rondo. This is where you can go completely aggressive and don't have to worry about getting picked off too much, other than the fact that you'll be giving away elimination points for the other team. But going very, very aggressively, it's a whole different strategy. It's a whole different, what do you call this? A whole different game from Erangel and Miramar, considering the fact that you can have a lot of chances for at least the first 15 minutes of the Rondo map. And if you're gonna throw it away but by not being aggressive, then I guess this is your loss. Usually in each day of a tournament, you only got 1 Rondo, unless there's a different format. In the tournament, usually there should be 1 Rondo per day, and that 1 Rondo per day pretty much could turn shite around. Even if there is another bigger team that is dominating your group, Rondo, it's your chance to get maybe 15, maybe 20 points for your team, despite the fact that you're not the dominating team. So it's a really good chance to rack up on points. But here, unfortunately, I'm seeing Lovins and OPEX are the teams that are maximizing the Rondo map really nicely. And right now, since we're looking at 12, maybe 13 minutes into the game, stage 3, depending on the circle, I'm not quite sure if we're gonna be seeing any accessible recall towers right now. And just now, Naturally Exits made their exit from this map as well. So we're down to 15 teams. OF, however, nearby, we got Maito cooking up a grenade. And Aiki from AT's nearby as well. This is quite a spot that Lovins is in, but I'm not gonna complain because considering the fact that they have 9 eliminations, definitely not gonna be complaining. Whatever strategy that they have right now, it's definitely working. It says a lot about not only Lovins, but also says a lot of their opponents, and the fact that Lovins is just right out into the open, daring everyone to go up against them. It's quite nice to watch, and it's working. Lovins managed to catch up in OPEX, and OPEX, after their initial couple of 10 eliminations, they got quiet. I guess they didn't run into anyone, but here Crown Esports gonna be sidestepping just a bit with Game Over. And it looks like we have another team elimination. Zexos Eon's gonna be following right up. They got wiped out just now, but here Crown Esports still at it. Walks right into the Molotov. Joker's taking quite a bit of damage. And Iron Man's nearby. Spiders gonna go through right through the smoke. Joker gets caught up. Oh, but Game Over was looking the wrong way. Spider and Iron Man gonna be paying for that with their lives. Joker's getting this bag in. There's a lot of points to be had just from a bunch of mistakes, but unfortunately, Game Over, the rest of their team, they're in it for the revenge kill, and Joker finally gets taken out of the equation. But here, OPEX, now, this is what I was wondering about. What is OPEX up to? And it looks like they're not doing too hot. Fantastic and Matsu got taken out here. And Hunter's quite low on health. I don't know where Rain is. This is where Rain we're looking at, but I don't know where Hunter is, but Hunter managed to heal up really nicely. I guess they're beside each other. I just didn't quite see that from the minimap. But here, SDMZ's nearby, 2 versus 4. It's not looking good, but depending on how OPEX plays their cards, might be possible. But here, Anteku, game over, Anteku just got wiped out. We got 11 teams left, just like that. 15 minutes into the game, no more second chances, and we got 6 teams that got wiped out, just like that, just with the snap of the fingers. Now, 33 players left remaining. We're just trying to wipe out the rest of the teams, trying to see which of these 11 teams are going to be left standing in a couple of minutes. Got some sprays on. Hunter goes right into the ground, gets finished off as well. That's going to be Zuki from Zeron, who's going to be taking that elimination point for himself. And now Rain is all that's left. Rain is trying to survive this map for this team. And as far as I know, 11 teams, there's still no placement points. If this is like a standard point system, there should be no placement points yet for 11 teams. So if you get picked out here, it's just gonna be your elimination point. It looks like Zero Starlight with the 6 eliminations doing a really good job, but unfortunately they'll be taking an early bow. But speaking of early bow, OPEX, they had a really nice run, a really nice early game, and then they plateaued. They didn't get any more kills for a couple of minutes, and now they got picked off as the 10th team on this map. So we have our next phase of the circle. Looks like it's gonna be an open field. Some tracks nearby. I don't see any recall towers, so I mean, talking about the fact that the 17 minutes, I don't think it really matters. But oh no, Lovins had a really good run, but also they get eliminated off, and it looks like we have placement points now. We got 1 placement point for this guy, so we're starting off from team number 8, I guess, if I'm not mistaken. But here, finally, SDMZ is thriving with the 12 eliminations. I'm so sorry for basically saying early in the game, I was wondering why SDMZ was sleeping on Rondo, but 12 eliminations, well, I am mistaken. I'm definitely mistaken. SDMZ is doing amazingly right now. But here, Arc versus Syndicate, we got a 1-for-1 trade. Ryan Luciano onto the ground, but Ayu and Zeke are also nearby trying to take some sort of points in this situation. It looks like Arc is just running around. Mifu does need to get revived, but Mazity rather is trying to get the try to help out their teammate, but they also go right into the ground. And Syndicate, I think, one good grenade or take out Zeke's to 6-6, and Syndicate's gonna get wiped out in this situation. So Zeke has to be very careful right now. Oh, we got the shots in, and Mafio gets taken out. Syndicate lives to see another day with all 3 players still rescuable. Unfortunately, they lost Ayu in that situation. And Luciano, I think Luciano can still be saved. We got the car in. Oh, let's see. I think they're trying to think what the best situation is gonna be, and it looks like they will take that car for themselves. And considering the fact that there's like a stage 5 circle, you definitely don't want to get caught up by the damage in this. But here, Oxford Esports still going strong with the 3 players. Syndicate, however, looks like Zeke's the only one standing. They can't quite heal up the rest of their team, unfortunately. But here, SDMZ, they're the dominating team right now. They got the 12 eliminations. Tying with Lovins as of this moment, but definitely SDMZ will get a lot more points just for replacement points. We're at 6 teams as of this moment. Oh, we might be seeing 5 teams really soon, because we got a couple of eliminations that we're seeing right now. Oxford Chadi is gonna be going right into the ground. Ian Tiago is gonna be circling this circling the rest of the play zone, landing right behind this boulder. Ian Tiago takes a bit of damage back there. It's about maybe 10 HP left. Heals up really nicely. And now, Stage 6 of the circle. SDMZ is already settled in, and they're keeping that circle, so SDMZ has a really good chance of surviving this time around. But Leon's, Elena and Syndicate, just got wiped out over here. So, I mean, Zeke was the only one left, so that was kind of to be expected. And right now, we got 5 teams. We got 13 players left remaining. Can Balloon, they got the 4-man team. SDMZ's 4-man team. NRS, still with 2. Can't quite read what this team is from just their banner. But Oxford, yes, they got 2 players left standing, and that's what our screens are gonna be seeing. Retired hovers about to retire with a smoking car, and they get picked out of the car as well. Ayajago hanging on to dear life, but unfortunately, Aman's just right there to shoot them back into the lobby, and there we have it. 4 last teams. Oxford and taken out by SDMZ, and now let's see if NRS is gonna be surviving this situation. So considering the fact that they got 1 last player, but no, they got taken out as well. There's 2 teams left, and just like that, SDMZ finishes the job. They get the very first winner chicken dinner for tonight. Congratulations once again to SDMZ. I knew it from the start. I saw the list of teams. I saw SDMZ, and I'm like, you know what? It's between SDMZ or Syndicate, because these guys are consistently bringing pride to Maldives time and time again in the international scene. But right now, as of this situation, SDMZ take the chicken dinner for themselves. Congratulations. I mean, they were really quiet at the first part of this map of Rondo. I'm pretty sure while OPX and Lovins were having their fun in the first few minutes, SDMZ was laying low until all of a sudden I saw the 12 eliminations for no reason. These guys are insane as usual, but it's just a normal Tuesday for these guys. So we got SDMZ flanking with the 5 eliminations, Agent with 6, Obi-Wan with 3, and Aman is 7. So I think SDNZ's agent. I didn't quite see them. It looks like they got picked off. Actually, no, I didn't see them picked off, but well, it's still our usual lineup for SDMZ. I think our usual roster. But here's our match summary. We got the total eliminations. Of course, it's to be expected since this is Rondo. It's quite higher than usual. We got the 87 eliminations and we got the Nox 93. It's actually quite low for a Rondo map if you know, ask me my opinion. But still, I'm happy to see really nice stats coming about. But here is our I think the top players for this match, for match number 1, which is Rondo. We got Amon from SDMD with the most eliminations. Ryan has the highest damage with 1179. That's a lot of damage, actually. And Ryan still has the most grenade eliminations. Unfortunately, it's just 1. Surprisingly, and we got Zeron's Zoes with the 341 longest elimination, and flanking, of course, with the top traveler at 13 kilometers, way more than I walk in maybe a week or so. But here we got the MVP. It's gonna be 00 OPEX's Ryan with the 6 eliminations, and of course the damage that we saw a while ago. 7 knocks, 0 just for 60 heals. That's a lot of heals, and of course the survival time. Unfortunately, 00 OPEX saw the lobby a little bit too early on, but the fact that they had so many eliminations, I think, honestly made up for that. So OPEX had a really good run. I think Lovins also had a really good run in this Rondo map, and of course SDMZ getting a lot of points from this situation. In fact, SDMZ with 21 total eliminations and the 10 placement points, getting a total of 31. This is to be expected of SDMZ, but still, it stumps me every single time. Every single time SDMZ brings out the amazing number of points per map. And so Lovins with 13 points. Coming up next is Lovins Fraternity with 11. We got OPEX with 10. Syndicate following up with 9. Canvaloon with 8. And RS and Arc with 7. Zero Starlight with 6. Game Over Esports 4. Oxford Game Over Anteku and Crown Esports each with 3. Zaxos Eon with 2. Lovins OnlyFans Naturally Exit with 1. Unfortunately, Excellent Cat's Eye has the 0 points for this random map. No matter, there should be 4 more maps later on, and there we have it. Rondo SDMZ takes the first match. The second match will be a wrangle. Match number 3 is going to be Miramar, and match number 4 is going to be a wrangle. And so, as usual, before we go on to our next match, we will be taking a short break. So, guys, do not go anywhere. We'll be seeing you soon in a few minutes. Chance in this map. Here we have Syndicate, and there's a chance in this map. Here we have Syndicate, and there's that should be Lovins at the ground floor of the situation. And then, oh, that's a 2-for-1, and Lucian is going to be going right up against another team nearby. Can't quite so then we have a little bit of a splash damage coming in, but Toddy was looking the wrong way. He gets shot at. Right here. I will right up to the ground, gets finished off, and that's a quick bit of back to the top. Oh, Toxic gets caught up. Takes a lot of damage from Monty's Tyrant. Steps out to the shoot, and he got fire. Steps right up and takes icy punch. And he's going on top of him. 180 back there. Now, okay, the 9 in the position. Doing really well, but right now, not too good. Since I did on the rest of the management. Bounce out. Other than just did a really good job, Love is doing fine as well. I'm really expecting an opportunity. Rondo, this is where you can go completely aggressive and you have to worry about getting picked off too much other than the fact that you'll be giving away early team. But going very, very aggressively, it's in each day of a tournament, you only got one rondo unless there's a tournament. Usually there should be one rondo per day, and that one rondo per day pretty much could quite nice to watch. After the initial couple of 10 of these, about 20, I definitely learned right into the small zone. Heals up really nicely. And now, C6 of the circle. SDMZ is already settled in, and they're gatekeeping that circle, so SDMZ has a really good chance of surviving this time around. But Leon's MZ, and now let's see if NRS is going to be surviving this situation. So considering the fact that they got one last player, but no, they got taken out as well. There's 2 teams left, and just like that, SDMZ good chance in this map. So we have Syndicate. That should be Lovins at the ground floor of the situation. And then, oh, that's a 2-for-1, and Lucian is going to be going right up against another team nearby. And so there we have a little bit of a splash damage coming in, but Toddy was looking the wrong way. He gets shot at. Gets finished off, and we have quite a long round. So we have to switch to Oh, Toxic gets caught up. Take a lot of damage to Montu Tyrant. Snapshot into the gunfire. And Ryan steps right up and takes icy shots. He's quite low on health. Really, what is the back here? No, OPS. The 9 elimination. They really love it right now. Not too good. Clear. So on the red, they managed to bounce out, which is really nicely and not so good. Other than OPEX, who did a really good job. Lovins maybe is fine as well, but I'm really expecting a lot from the teams. This is Rondo. This is an opportunity. This is Rondo. This is where you can go completely aggressive and don't have to worry about getting picked up too much, other than the fact that you'll be giving away points for the other team. But going very, very aggressively, it's a hero in each day of a tournament. You only got one run unless there's a full map. And that one Rondo per day could quite nicely watch. Catch up with OPEX after the initial couple of 10 eliminations gone away. And I guess they can try it into the malls on Joker too. Quite a bit of damage. And nearby fighters gonna go to the right with the smoke. Joker gets caught up. Oh, but it's a game over. He's looking the wrong. And we are back once again. This is still Ooredoo Nation Gamersland Esports Flash Series. And I'm still your caster, Annie. And we just saw our very first map for the Group B stage of this PUBG Mobile Esports Flash Series. And we saw SDMZ doing their usual work, giving us their usual performance. Definitely not disappointing as usual. So I'm really excited to see what the next 3 maps are going to bring us. And just like that, we're not waiting any longer. Our first flight path on our angle map is going to start off from Georgia Pool all the way down to Lipovka. So it's a little bit biased towards the north. So I'm not going to be sure if we're going to be seeing teams going to the military base. If they want to, they could use cars just to loot the place up, but that's gonna be up to them. Anyone else, they're probably just gonna be going to their usual drop of places. SDMZ as usual getting to the corner of the map, which is a Sharky. I don't think they'll be going for George Pool this time, but okay, Criminal picked up a gun and took someone out. That's gonna be Hacker from Giron, if I'm not mistaken, but we already have our first blood, which is not looking too good. But here we have our first circle. Unfortunately, it's smack in the middle of a wrangle, so it's anybody's game. There's not much water other than the body of water separating the military base from the rest of the main Erangel map. So what, it's a pretty forgiving circle, and a lot of teams are already within the circle, except for the teams that's landed in the west coast. So they're gonna be having to rotate later on, but they got like what, 5 minutes if they ignore stage number 2 of the circle, maybe 10 minutes before they have to worry about that. But okay, we got a couple of kills already. Ryan rather has 1 kill on their side. They don't have a lot of ammo yet, so that's to be expected, especially 2 minutes into the games to be set. And Camballoon is nearby. Lipovka, OPX already doing well with the 1 elimination, but there's still limited limited resources, so they have to play this really, really carefully. They don't know what kind of guns Camballoon has, so they have to play it really, really safely, and that's exactly what OPEX is doing. This isn't Rondo anymore, so there's no more recalls. If you get picked off here, there's no second chances. So Erangel, this is what I'm saying. Rondo is a very different game from, say, Erangel and Miramar. So right now, it looks like OPEX, they're going for some shots. Let's see if anyone gets picked off. And speaking of picked off, Lovins just find one with the vehicle knockout. Might just trying to come in with their monster truck. And Toddy's trying to hide behind this place, but unfortunately, yours gonna be finding and assassinating this guy, and they'll be taking one elimination point for themselves. But fantastically trying to put some bullets in. Zuzu's right on the ground, going on the red. They're picking up a grenade. Oh, there's so little health left in that person from Camballoon. So Fantastic's trying to finish the job. Grenade coming in. Just a little bit of splash damage. That's all they need. So, gonna be boxing that in. And it looks like that's a really nice shot. Then again, they only needed a little bit more damage done. And there we go. OPEX done and dusted. Camballoon, unfortunately, gonna be the second team to get wiped out. Second team. Who got wiped out here? Okay, we got 2 concurrent eliminations. It looks like Oxford also got wiped out back there. So we have so as of this moment here we have Lovins with the 3 eliminations. We got OPEX with the 4. FTR I think got the stray 1 elimination from Lovins. They managed to steal 1 elimination. But here, George and Cool. We got NRS as well as another team. Zexos is also nearby, so it looks like Criminal's gonna be going for this 2 versus 1. They have no choice. Cloud and Akko are gonna be climbing up this rooftop, and Zexos, they know Criminal's right there, but trying to play it really safe. They do have numbers advantage, but Criminal, they don't know what Criminal's up to, but there we go. Cloud's gonna be going down, and Criminal also takes out Akko, so nice. Going on to 2 versus 1. Very proactive coming in from NRS Criminal, and it paid off. They managed to wipe out 2 from Zexos, and Ginny is nearby. You can snipe this place out, and Toxic's gonna be throwing in the grenade. Oh, Ginny took a bit of splash damage from that situation. Okay, we got 1 person rather out of the equation as well. Hacker, I think this was Criminals doing earlier on, if I'm not mistaken, and Ginny's gonna be the last person standing, trying to hide out in this place. Unfortunately, Zexos, they tried to go up against Criminal 2 versus 1, and still they came out unfortunate in that situation. And okay, I think we saw a little bit of damage back there, but here we have what Criminal and the rest of Zexos was up to. We got the smokes coming about. Clown goes down first, and Akko follows up. Nice going from Criminal, but here Ginny's gonna be followed up as well. Toxic will be bringing Ginny with the rest of their team, and that is the 3rd team elimination. We got 14 teams left. We got 52 players left remaining. 6 minutes into the game. Surprisingly, this game is going quite a nice pace, considering the fact that there's 6 teams left. That's what, 1 team every 2 minutes getting wiped out. But here we have our next phase of the circle. Stage 1's gonna be closing in, and once again, still stage 1, smack in the middle of a angle. Anything goes. That circle can still go anywhere. It could go up Pachinki, it could go school, it can probably less likely go to Yasnaya Poliana, and there's a lot of chances it's gonna go into some sort of open space in the middle, because there's a lot of open space in the middle. But still, anything goes in this situation. We got a game over on our screen, still 0 eliminations, and there should be another team FTR nearby in Primorsk, but we're not seeing a skirmish. We're not seeing an engagement as of this moment. So game over, they're just gathering information. I'm sure FTR is going to be gathering information as well. Speaking of gathering, we're seeing some really nice loot already coming about. This is to be expected about 7 minutes into the game, unless you're going on a standoff with another team and trying not to get picked off. I'm sure a lot of the teams already have some really nice loots come about to help them with their basically their game right now. We're about early mid game, so it's still stage 1 of the circle, and we got a minute left to go before the stage turns to stage 2. And you can see the damage isn't too worrying. As long as you have the healing kits to tank this, you don't have to worry about that too much. But FTR still nearby. It looks like Game Over will be choosing to gather more resources before I guess, going into their cars and rotating out. I actually saw the cars, so they are prepared to rotate, but they're choosing to still go about, maybe get the last of the resources in Primorse before leaving completely. But here, there's actually FTR nearby. I don't know if Game Over has the information, but they're definitely trying to rotate out already. We got Spider and Iron Man both in the cars. FTR, Muxie. Not sure if this guy has a car ready. They're definitely tanking a bit of damage back there. And okay, we got the stage 2 circle. It's gonna go a little bit towards the east of our initial stage 1 circle. So looks like that kind of ruins are gonna be excluded from this situation, and there's definitely no chance whatsoever of this turning into a Sosnukpo military base circle. A Sosnukpo military base final circle, rather. But there we go. Got naturally exit on our screens. They got three players on their roster, on their lobby, so they're gonna be going up against OPEX, one of the teams that did really well in the early game in Rondo. So let's see what naturally exit's gonna do in this situation. We got Hunter nearby, and he is just scouting the place out. Levin's gonna be closing in towards OPEX, and doesn't look good for OPEX in terms of positioning. It looks like Maicho, however, gonna get caught up, but Rain gets that revenge kill in the bag. Unfortunately, they're gonna going right into the ground. Fantastic's half health. We got Unknown, we got Hunter still in the game, but Unknown's about to get taken out in that situation. And this it looks like Hunter is gonna be the last person standing. Meeple gets taken out, however. Maichu's nearby. Oh, Maichu's trying to get those bullets in, trying to get that revenge kill in the bag, but unfortunately, while Hunter's trying to reload, it's gonna be Machu who's gonna be taking out Double O OPEX completely, and Machu with the one elimination, but they managed to save their guts. Unfortunately, Meeple, however, gets expended in that situation. Considering the fact that naturally Exit only had 3 players, this isn't looking too good. It's just gonna be the duel from now on. Now, looking at our stats, we got maybe 13 teams, 47 players left remaining, and Syndicate's not looking good. Still 0 eliminations. I think this should be their first engagement, and they're already about to lose Luciano and Bogobin. Oh no, Ayu goes right into the ground as well. Gets finished off alongside Luciano. Bogobin, however, could still be revived. Zeke, once again, last person standing, this guy. And SDMZ's agents gonna be here. The rest of SDMZ's also nearby. Zeke 66 trying to deny that kill, but unfortunately Obi-Wan takes out Syndicate with themselves, and unfortunately Zeke tried to deny that elimination point. SDMZ is just a tad bit faster. Obi-Wan taking that elimination point for themselves. We got 12 teams left, 43 players left remaining. And right now, just looking at the overall standings, I can see Lovins has the 6 eliminations. It's a bit consistent. It's actually quite consistent from their performance in Rondo, and OPX with the 5 eliminations as well. It's a bit of the same story. The fact that OPX burned up bright and then didn't get to see the final part of the game, even mid-late game. So, basically the same story. Lovins should probably get a couple more eliminations before getting picked off if we're gonna go on from their performance rather in Rondo. But here, Baiju from Crown Esports just peeking out, trying to take out SCMZ. But right now, SCMZ, they probably have the information that Baiju's nearby. They're trying to shoot at him, but they don't have the information right now. Baiju's shooting at nothing. Aman's already long gone, as DMZ might be rotating out of the area. But of course, yes. Once again, OPX 5 elimination doing really well. They did really well, rather. Fortunately, they'll be going for the lobby until the next map comes about. Lovins with the 6 eliminations doing quite well. As DMZ, they're hunting right now. They have the vantage point, and they're trying to get some elimination points in the bag, but they're playing it safe. Of course, they're not going to be going too aggressive and risk losing any of their numbers. Looks like we got an airdrop soon, and it's gonna be Criminal once again. This guy is just popping up on the information on the assets time and time again. This guy, very proactive in terms of playing the game. Right now, we're gonna be in a little bit of a lull. It's not to say that the teams aren't near each other. It's surprisingly, they're near each other, but they're not engaging. Until now, Machu's gonna be going right into the ground, and Lovins is here to collect. They got 7 eliminations. They got the 1 elimination in just now. Naturally, Exit, however, is about to exit if Lovins just finds this last person, but it doesn't seem to be nearby. The person doesn't seem to be nearby. Just judging off the mini-map that we can see as of this moment. And SDMZ Obi-Wan finds Aiki. SDMZ got 4 eliminations in already. Already have 35 points right now in this group stage. They're doing really well, solidifying their position in the #1 overall standing. But here SDMZ Aman quite low on health, but they spot Scorpy. Agent finishes the job for them. And Teku's about to say game over. If ever they get caught up, they got 2 players left. Scorpy and Aiki got taken out by SDMZ and Slash Mighty still in the game, however. And Iron Man from Game Over, I believe, just regular Game Over Esports are also near. Trying to scout out the place. SDMZ's Obi-Wan's nearby, and that makes me a little bit nervous. Mighty goes right onto the ground, crawls all the way to Slash, and I think they can go ahead and get the revive. And as long as the smokes help them out. Still, the shots were attempted from the nearby team. And that car is unusable. We got Cat Molly, unfortunately getting taken out by Flanky. Criminal finds Molly, however, steals that kill from Flanky. Okay, NRS is nearby. Emmy gets taken out as well. That should be the second person from Cat's Eye. Emmy gets finished off. We got Lovins. You got the 8 eliminations already. Joker finds a Slash. And so, Anteku should have just 1 active player left, and Slash gets taken out, and it looks like Anteku will be saying game over with Mighty. Finally gets taken out by Joker as well. Oh, Elon gets sniped by Spider from Game Over Esports all the way over there, but Tetsuo is nearby. Gonna go ahead and give the revive. I think they can still save their player. Game over, however, they need to work hard. They got 0 eliminations still. 15 minutes into the game. They gotta step up. They gotta catch up in terms of points with the rest of the teams in this map. Here we are, OnlyFans, alongside Game Over, alongside Lovins as well. So, it's just gonna be a bunch of clustering. And, Lovins, as of this moment, doing quite well with the 8 eliminations still, but unfortunately, Maito and Soli, last 2 players standing, especially with Etsu and Elon, getting picked out from, I think a couple of minutes ago. Arc Esports, they're in the shelter, they're trying to take this place for themselves, but here we have our next phase of the circle. It's gonna be within shelter, Milton, and farm. There's a lot of open fields, so there's still a huge chance this is gonna be turning into an open field sort of last game. And if it's gonna be shelter, at least Arc already has a bit of the shelter on their advantage. But of course, everyone's just trying to settle in. We got Joker finding Maito. Joker's in on fire actually in this game. I'm looking at this guy's performance, they're doing quite well, but Maito still needs to get saved. I'm not sure where Maito is. It's all the way over there. I don't know if it's safe to go there. I don't know if that's within the line of sight with the other teams, but Soli doesn't seem to be prioritizing saving Maito, so I guess they're gonna be re-strategizing something else. But Iron Man does find Flanky from SDMZ. I don't know what the situation looks like back there, but looks like China going through the leaves. Agents trying to revive Flanky. And China's just waiting for the right moment to strike. I don't think they can see through this leaves. I'm not sure what China can see as of this moment. Okay, they're trying to get some blind shots in. Flanky goes right up. And they got another chance. SAMC has another chance at their 4-man team. Still 11 minutes, surprisingly. The teams went into a little bit of a lull, and then a couple of minutes it's just knockouts, maybe the occasional elimination point, but no wipeout on the team. Still no placement points, by the way. So just gonna be really, really patient. Solely finally last person standing with Maito getting taken out completely. This is a stage 4 circle, by the way. Solely should not be staying in here, but they do have the resources to tank this for a little bit longer, and they want a really nice entry to this stage 4 circle. They don't want to get gate kept. They don't want to get firing squad the moment they step out of that blue zone. So Soli's playing it really, really safely. He's playing it really, really smart. Trying to find their entry point. Looks like Cat's Eye. Yes, we did see Molly and Emmy getting taken out by believe NRS and SDMZ as well. So it's just gonna be Lily and Babus that's gonna be left, and they have shelter. Not all to themselves. I'm pretty sure Ark is also within shelter. So there's 2 teams right now on shelter. I'm not sure what position is OF in right now. I think they're in the surface. That side, they're gonna be peeking out of the shelter. They should probably watch their back. Ark is nearby, but I don't think they have the information. Who knows? But here, NRS. Okay, we got a bit of throwables happening over here. Criminal having the lion's share of the eliminations, 4 eliminations for their team, and most of them in the early game that we saw a while ago, and I believe that should be Giorgio Pool, or was it Primorsk? Criminal had a really good start to the game, and hopefully we see that momentum coming about for the rest of the game. For the rest of the 4 maps, rather. So there should be 2 more maps on this group stage. So that's really exciting to see, especially since we can see a lot of teams are already making a name for themselves. As of this moment, SDMZ, Lovins, and OPEX, they are the teams that should be watched out for. Because as of this moment, they have a really good track record. But okay, we got the next phase of the circle. It's going to be closing in between Shelter and Milta. I think a bit of Shelter is actually part of the map. Maybe a little bit of the underground parts of Shelter. Milta, not so much. We don't see a lot of buildings, but speaking of which, OnlyFans, a little bit of trouble. Alu's gonna be going right into the ground. Soli's gonna be making sure that that guy gets finished off. Shanna's quite low on health, literally like 5 HP, and all the way over there, Toxic from NRS finishes the job. Game over, Esports says game over, but still not over. Naturally, extra cocky. We're gonna get one elimination report for themselves. Soli's nearby, so it's gonna be a 1 versus 1 if ever we find each other. They don't want to get third party at that situation. They only have every man for themselves for those 2 teams. We got OnlyFans. Okay, they're nearby the shelter, and Ark's still holding position. I think Cat's Eye went away from this vicinity. Ark lost Mifu. Render from OF gets that grenade in hand. Okay. Render's going really, really aggressively here, but Robbie should probably have their back in this situation, especially since this is like oh my goodness, Robbie gets caught up by criminals, so Render's like, yeah, it's not safe to go up there. So they go down, or it's gonna be 3 versus 1, and Ark, of course, punishes OnlyFans for that, and that is it. So we got 1 more team down. It's gonna be 9 teams left, and natural exit versus Crown Joker. I think Crown is still mostly a 4-man squad, so Conk is gonna be going for the 1 versus 4. I'm not sure where Soli is. Soli should be nearby as well. Soli chooses to get this building in. Oh, okay, 1 versus 2. Got 1. Let's see if Soli gets another one. Oh, wins that 2 versus 1. Soli's an absolute beast. And he got 7 eliminations from that situation. Soli, really great job bringing 7 eliminations for a total of 11 eliminations for the team. But Cat's Eye gets picked out. 8 teams left. Speaking of picked up, Ark Esports gets out of that shelter. Goes right into SDMZ's territory, and looks like Ark's in a little bit of trouble. Mazuchi needs to revive. Xenox, however, and V4 still up in the game. Zero and Starlink gets picked off all the while. I think there should be another team that got eliminated back there. It looks like Arc Esports will be saying goodbye as well. Now we got 5 teams left. We got Naturally Exit, we got Crown, we got another team, we got Lovins and SDMZ still in the game, and it looks like Naturally Exit's cocky. They have nothing to lose as of this moment, except for placement points. They have quite nothing to lose. This guy has been a solo player for like how many minutes, and this guy's still going strong. Unfortunately, still just one elimination from that situation, but still, it's a lot of placement points as long as Koki stays alive. But stage 6 of the circle, you can see all the way to the west. So might be hard, especially with the gatekeeping that could be happening from whichever team is already smack in the middle of that place. But of course, we got some really nice bets on this chicken dinner. SDMC is still in the game, but unfortunately, I'm seeing only 2 players left on their team. And Lovin's solely, of course, holding on to dear life alongside Cocky from Naturally Exit. Crown, however, has quite a good chance, especially with the fact that they're still full squad, as long as they can revive the 2 players. I don't think it's a revive. I think they're just healing up. But here, Naturally Exit, okay, we got Cocky finally getting caught up and solely still holding on to dear life. And as DMZ's flanky and Agent still the last 2 players standing on SDMZ. They can do well. They already have 12 eliminations, 13 just now. Agent finishes off Muxi from FTR, and Abruzzi gets caught up. Agent, really nice eyesight from the situation, but Raze is nearby. Raze manages to get away just in time, and the fact that they tried to save their player, save Abruzzi, really helped save Raze back there, because Agent actually had sights on them the whole time. Was really nice game sense from SDMZ. But going back to the game, Crown Esports is still going on with the best chances of winning this chicken dinner, considering the fact that they have the numbers advantage right now. Grenade coming about. Raze throwing it at the smoke, so unfortunately just bounces off the building. Solely lives to see another day. And I'm seeing 0 grenades left for Raze. I'm not sure how much their teammate has. I'm not sure how much Abruzzi has, but no more grenades for this moment. Abruzzi goes in. Oh, finds Solely, and Lovins unfortunately gets picked off from that situation. But considering the fact that they are the 4 to the last team in the game, it's quite a lot of elimination points as well. So Abruzzi, yes, they got taken out, and Raze should be the last person standing. Raze could quite save their teammate, but over here Raze is trying to put some bullets in. Oh, manages to get a wild, however. Nice revenge knockout, but Crown is still a full man squad, and Raze is gonna be a solo player. It's gonna be quite the 4 versus 1 if ever this happens. So let's see what Raze does in this situation. 2 versus 1, unfortunately. Yes, the numbers will win this time around. Livin's Fraternity gets taken out. Flanky, speaking of taken out, Simp finds Flanky, and so it's gonna be a 3 versus 1. Agent, last person standing from SDMZ. I don't know if we're gonna be seeing a 2-peat, because, well, 3 versus 1 is a little bit hard. Agents less than half of their health left. Grenades coming about. Let's see if Simp is gonna best Agent. Oh, so little health left. Okay, let's see if Agent can still heal up. Crown, I think Beidou and Joker are out of commission, but Simp's trying to maybe revive the player. Okay, we got the grenade coming about. Let's see if they can finish off. Oh my goodness, putting all your eggs in one basket. SDMZ gets the last laugh. I think the biggest mistake Crown did back there was clustering. And Agent read their movements. Agent read their movements. Nice grenade placement. And that just cost the chicken dinner for Crown Esports. And SDMZ steals it from under them, despite the fact that Crown Esports had the numbers advantage. Time again, SDMZ still pulls through with the 17 eliminations on a Wrangle map of all things. And congratulations once again for the back-to-back chicken dinner for SDMZ Esports. I knew it. I knew it from the moment I saw these guys on the lineup. SDMZ Esports is going to be dominating this group stage. They're not holding back, considering the fact that this is still the group stage. SDMZ's holding no bars. They are not holding back whatsoever. So here's our team stats. Flanky has 7 eliminations. Agent has 7. Obi-Wan has 3. And Aman has 0. I think Aman got picked off early on alongside Obi-Wan, the 22-minute mark. So decent amount of damage. We got Flanky with a 1091 damage, and Agent managed to reach 942. So decent amount of damage from most of their teams, considering the fact that there's a survival time to think about as well. But here's our match summary, of course. A little bit different from Rondo. As to be expected, we got the 60 total eliminations, we got the 55 total knocks, etc. Survival time on average 17 minutes and 31 seconds. For stolen damage, we're seeing a lot of really nice stats. Thermal use, I think 1, 2, 3 could be a little bit better, but it's already a decent number. So here is our top players. So we got Flanky with the most eliminations at 7, NRS Criminal with the highest damage, 1,374. Agent with the most grenade eliminations, which is 2. Crown's Joker with the longest elimination, Snipe with 319 meters, and Agent with the top traveler, 18.6 kilometers in this map. So Agent showed up twice this time around. And our MVP will be Flanky from SDMZ Esports. Congratulations. With the 7 eliminations, 1091 damage, 6 knocks, 5 assists, 445 heals, and 26 minutes and 13 seconds survival time. Flanky almost made it towards the end, but unfortunately got picked off. But Agent was there to clutch it out with Crown Esports. So once again, SDMZ, congratulations to amazing players on their lineup. Time and time again, they never disappoint, especially Flanky, always getting that MVP whenever he can. But here we have our match standings. We got SDMZ Esports still up top with a total of 27 points for just this match, by the way. For just this match, and considering the fact they got 31 points in Rondo. So they're up at 50 or maybe almost 60 points. We'll just have to see in the overall rankings later on. Lovin's consistent with their number 1 and number 2 rankings with a total of 15 points this game. Toronto Esports got 14. Fraternity has 9. NRS is 8. Naturally Exit and OPEX each are 5. Arc has 4. Game Over Esports has 2. Zeron, OnlyFans, and Izexos Ian has 1. Fortunately, there are 5 teams with 0 points. So, guys, please catch up. We got 2 more maps left to go in this group stage. So, I think there's only 1 day for each group stage. It's not looking good if you keep up this if you're going to be keeping up with this performance. But here we have the overall standings, which is what we are looking for right now. We got 58 total points for SDMZ Esports, almost 60, considering the fact that there's only 2 maps so far. LF Lovin's coming up second with 28 total points. We got Lovin's Fraternity with 20 points. Crown Esports shooting up 4 ranks with 17 points. NRS shooting up 5 ranks, 15 points. Tying with Double O Opex, which unfortunately dropped 6 ranks, which is 15 points. We got Arc Esports with 11 points, going up 7 ranks. LN Syndicate, however, Can Balloon, they're going to be going down the rankings. We got 9 points and 8 points. And then, of course, we got the second page. So we kind of can see how our favorite teams are doing as of this moment in this Group B stage. And we can see a lot of teams shining, a lot of teams that are not doing too hot in this map number 2. And considering the fact there's only 4 maps, it's quite the pressure. It's quite the pressure to perform really well. But also it means that the overall standings are probably gonna be really, really volatile. There should be 1 good game, and then you can catch up to rank number 2. If you just get 20 points in the next game, even if you're in page number 2, you can actually go up to all the way to rank number 3. Probably you can probably climb up the rankings really fast, and there's so little room for error, especially the fact there's only 4 maps to prove yourself worthy of moving forward to the next leg of the tournament. But here we have our overall top players. STMZ flanking with the 12 total eliminations for the 2 matches, and of course followed up by Agent with 13 eliminations, but less damage, 1,737 as compared with 2K for Flanky. Coming at third is Love and Solely with the 12 eliminations and 1.8k damage. Number 4 is NRS Criminal with 6 eliminations but 1.8k damage. Number 5 is OPX Ryan with 8 eliminations and 1.4k damage. So wonderful players that we can see right now, and we saw time and time again these guys have been proven themselves really good on the field. And of course, we got the 2 matches down. It's gonna be a back-to-back chicken dinner from SDMZ Esports. Rondo and Erangel done and dusted. Match number 3 should be Miramar. So the question that begs to be asked, will it be SDMZ again, or will we be seeing another banner putting themselves up in Miramar? So that's a question that we'll be answering on later on. And of course, match number 4 will be a wrangle. So there are only 2 chances left for this Group B stage. So guys, especially the teams that need to catch up, please do well on our Miramar and Erangel. And of course, that was our match number 2. We'll be moving on to match number 3 after a short break as usual. So guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be seeing you soon in a few minutes. But fantastically trying to put some bullets in. Zuzu's right on the ground, going on the red. Oh, there's a lady. He's boxing that in. And Sex, that's a really nice shot. Then again, and the only need to look more damage done. Sex doesn't come with going down and Criminal also OPEX in terms of positioning and might have caught up the train, get that eventual in the bag. Unfortunately, they're going to go right into the ground half health. The unknown still in the game. Oh, to get taken out of that situation. Trying to deny that until now, Monchu's gonna finishes the job for them. And Taking is about to take game over. If ever they get caught up, they got the 2 players left. Scorpion Ivy got taken out by SDMZ and Slash Might. He's still in the game, however. And Iron Man from being closing in between shelter and Milton. I think a bit of shelter is that one from that. Milton not so much. Milton a lot. Speaking of that guy gets another 5 HP and all the way over there talking to Ben as finished the job for successfully, but still back in this especially since he's like oh my goodness, we're having to get caught up by record, like yeah, no, go up there. So they go down for 2 weeks. Building it. Oh, versus 1 is happening. So let's see what Korea does in this situation. 2 versus 1, unfortunately, that's the numbers moving this time around. About if Tim is gonna best agent. Oh, so little half left. Okay, let's see. Agent Crown, I think Crown, I think Beidou and Joker are out of commission, but Sim's trying to leave the revived player. Okay, we got the grenade coming about. Let's see if they can finish off. Oh my goodness, putting all your eggs in one basket. And they'll be taking so fantastic. Tactically trying to put some bullets in. As soon as he's right on the ground, some bad grenade. Oh, there's a lady. So, dropping that in. And looks like that's a really nice shot. And again, he only needed to damage done. There we go. OPEX done got the company. Unfortunately, we're going to be deep in the climbing of this rooftop. That could be no opening. Currently, really if they do have a little bit of criminal. We don't know what criminal's up to, but there we go. Clown's gonna be going down, and criminal also got his place out. Looking moving nicely towards OPEX, and for OPEX in terms of positioning, Michael has. And we are back once again. This is still Ooredoo Nation Gamers Land Esports Flash Series, and I'm still your caster. It's still Annie, and we are halfway towards our Group B stage. And we saw back-to-back win chicken dinner winners, which is going to be SDMZ on both the Orondo and the Erangel that we just witnessed a couple of minutes ago. And so the next question is, will it still be SDMZ in this Miramar map, or will it be another team? We'll be finding out in maybe half an hour or so, maybe like 25 minutes. Let's just see how fast our teams are gonna be dusting off this next map. And of course, I know we're all excited and we're all on our toes to see which teams will be qualifying in this group stage. So I'm really excited too, but I think we all have our bets. I think we all have like which teams we're gonna be rooting for later on. And of course, we're gonna be seeing our second to the last chance for these 17 teams to prove themselves. And of course, as we saw a while ago, considering the fact that there's only 4 maps, and one really good map could bring you 20 total points. Even if you were in page number 2, as long as you have a really good game, you could actually still qualify for the next leg of the tournament, as long as you have a really good game and get 20 points. So let's say maybe 10 eliminations and then also the chicken dinner. That's you can qualify for the finals. But of course, once again, still a flash series. Everything should go really fast, so things are gonna be really volatile, like as compared to maybe if you look at official tournaments where you have the finals taking 18 maps. This group stage just 4 maps, so mess up those 4 maps, unfortunately you don't have a lot of chances after that. But here we have finally our Miramar. Our circle's gonna close in with Los Leones in the middle, so a lot of the northern parts of the map is inaccessible, both because of the fly path and also because that circle is just not gonna be favoring that spot. So as DMZ, as usual, they like going towards the northwestern part of the map, and it looks like they'll be setting up in El Pozo. And then let's look at where the rest of the teams are going. I think there's going to be 2 teams vying for either Minas del Sur or Valle de Mar. And Los Leones, I can see 2 teams. There's ARC and another team. I think that's OF. And Puerto Paraiso... No, that's NRS and ARC actually in Los Leones. While OF and another team is in Puerto Paraiso. We got Anteku nearby Portona alongside another team, the pink team. But there's a huge clustering, however, in San Martin, so that's what I'm gonna be watching out for. But here, with the Paraiso, we got Game Over and OnlyFans in this vicinity, and OF only has 2 players, however, so they already lost out in terms of players, and Render is about to reload, so I'm not very, very confident in this situation, but we got 2 versus 1, and it looks like Iron Man, however, is not very invincible in this moment. They didn't get their iron in, they didn't get Jarvis in, they didn't get the armor that they need, but it looks like OnlyFans will be saying goodbye a little bit too early on. They were only 2, and Game Over had an easy time wiping them out. Looks like Iron Man wasn't actually finished off, so they could still revive Iron Man, and they'd have a full squad. And so, OF said goodbye a little bit too early on. And now NRS, they're nearby Convolute. There's also Arc nearby. I think this should be, if I'm not mistaken, this looks like Los Leones, just considering the fact that there's so many buildings. And, oh, okay, Cat's Eye's in trouble right now. Lily goes right into the ground. Emmy peeks out, sees OPX. Really nice vantage point. I think the rest of Cat's Eye was actually around the buildings. Going around with OPEX. So it's a really nice position to be in. But here we got a Kumballoon and Toxic's peeking out, trying to see if they can get some stray elimination points in this situation. They're just peeking out. And NRS trying to find their entry points. Arc is also nearby, and I don't know how many players they're bringing alongside them. But okay, Babo's from Cats just got picked off over there, and Cats is a little bit in trouble. I can see a lot of their health is going right down. Oh, Loser gets caught up by Mayfu from Arc, and Loser gets finished off as well. And Toxic, however, I think finds one knockout. Emmy gets taken out of the equation. Mari finds Siren from NRS, and Matsu's just kind of walking around the place. You can see Molly right onto the ground. I think Matsu could finish him off in this situation. Okay, Hunter does need to get revived, and it's a good thing Unknown managed to get there just in time. Not if gets found out. And Toxic trying to make their entry point. Oh, really ballsy move, however. This is going to be a 3 versus 1 later on, but Toxic pretty much calculated this risk already. They got the smoke skiing about. Toxic's not backing away, considering the fact that Criminal and Toxic's the only 2 left on NRS. This is not a good idea. I think this is a 3 versus 1, and yep, that's exactly how everyone thought it would end. Balloon saw that Toxic was all alone. They're like, you know what, we're 3 versus 1. We got this in the bag, and so Criminal is gonna be all that's left in NRS. Unfortunately, NRS not a huge fan of their strategy, considering the fact that I don't know, they got divide and conquered, and it was mostly because they basically went solo crusading all around the map, and I was just not a huge fan of that strategy. So maybe in the next map they can do a little bit better, because NRS is ranked number 5, so they could still maybe qualify. We'll just have to see later on what the bracketings will look like in the official announcements of Ooredoo Nation. And of course, once again, guys, do follow our socials on Instagram, especially. That's where the announcements for Ooredoo Nation is happening right now. But of course, there will be an MLBP Flash series as well, but it'll be a different schedule. So guys, do look forward to that if you are also interested in watching MLBP. But of course, the esports Flash series for PUBGM, it happens time and time again, and you just have to keep your eyes peeled off. And you know, if you're a player, don't try to miss out on the games, especially since this is really good practice, and there's some really good teams coming in from Maldives that usually participate in the tournaments that is organized by Ooredoo. So this Flash series is just a quick and easy tournament that we're seeing, and I think there should be more tournaments cooking up later on all throughout the series, depending on what the major tournaments are going to be scheduled about. So, oh, we got a little bit of a bounce off from that grenade from Lily back there. Oh, Lily gets caught up. unknown from OPX does catch them, and Molly is also nearby. However, I don't think that Molly could save Lily in this situation. And she only 14 bandages on Molly right now, so it's not looking good for Cat's Eyes at this moment. We get the Molotov attempting to finish off Molly. OPX nearby, circling about just like vultures. Trying to get this kill in the bag, and it looks like OPX is marching about the rooftop, and Molly walks in right into the gunfire, and unfortunately it's gonna be the end of Cat's Eye. We got three teams that got picked up back there. So Criminal got finished off just as we were watching. So 3 teams down on this Miramar map, and we're going to be seeing the next leg of Circle. I believe this should be stage 2. It's still going to be Los Leones right in the middle. A lot of hot drop-off spots are going to be excluded right now. In fact, I can only see La Bendita and Los Leones and a little bit of Puerto Paraíso within that circle. Ooh, Oxford Esports also gets wiped out in this situation. So there's 4 teams out of the equation right now. So gonna be quite a little bit unfortunate for the teams, especially if you're trying to catch up, especially if you're like on the second page of the overall standings. It's not looking very good, and hopefully we see something improving later on. But just watch out for what the teams are going to be up to later on. Okay, Con Balloon's nearby. Arc is also towards still in Los Leones. Con Balloon already has 3 eliminations. However, Naughty, is picked off. Rest of the team. SDMZ, Lovin's Fraternity, and Fraternity. They're all really quiet as of this moment. I don't think they ran into any trouble yet. OPX doing a really good job holding on to their 4-man team with the 4 eliminations already. And Untaken with the 4 eliminations, really good start towards this this map as well. So watching out for what the rest of the teams are going to be up to. I guess as of this moment, 9 minutes into the game, almost 10 minutes into the game, we're going to be expecting the teams are going to be rotating really, really quickly. We still got 13 teams. We got a couple of pickoffs here and there, and we got 50 players left standing. And everyone's just chilling right now. This is Miramar. It's actually, I just kind of noticed Rondo came by really, really fast, and Erangel, there was a lot of action coming about most of the minutes of the game. But here, yes, Miramar, we do have some lulls in the game. I think in the middle of Erangel, there was a little bit of a gap between what happened. There was a little bit of a gap where not much of. We got still a couple of damage happening. Ooh, Xenox does find Zuzu from Con Balloon. Okay, it's just a knockdown, however. Cloud does need to get revived. Zuzu needs to get revived as well. Little bit of a mess here in Los Leones. SDMZ, I mean, rather Syndicate. I think this is Syndicate's trying to get a couple of eliminations here. Okay, we got Liamzi gets taken out. He should be the last person standing on Con Balloon, so not a good place to be in. Okay, Syndicate's about to walk up this staircase. And we got Cloud, got finished off just now. And Ryan's just trying to peek in, and I think this 4 versus 1 is not looking too good. Ryan's quite low on health. I think it's like 5 HP left. Okay, we got the heal up. Oh, it's a good thing Syndicate was busy trying to revive the rest of their players, and Ryan manages to heal up really nicely. And so Syndicate's trying to lick their wounds as of this moment. Arc Esports, they got back up. Cloud gets finished off. Luciano, gets caught up by Arc. Syndicate trying to hide out in place. Zeke and IU still in the game. Ooh, Mazati gets taken out of this equation. We got some sprays coming about. Ryan's nearby. IU finds them. 1 versus 2. Ryan manages to dodge a lot of this damage, however. Ayu goes in, tries to go on and get another angle in. Ooh, Zeke, however, gets finished off. Ryan makes quick work of that, making sure that they secure that elimination point before Ayu gets a revenge kill. And so Mari's also up there. On the second, maybe third floor, and Ayu is going quite proactively. Despite the fact that Ayu's probably the last person Syndicate. Oh, however, Ryan's just a tad bit faster. Syndicate gets wiped out in this situation. We got 12 teams left, 43 players standing. And so, Arc Esports with 7 eliminations, really nice a game for this map. Really nice map for these guys. And so Arc shoots the way up, all up to rank number 5 on the overall standings. And so with that, Mori's still nearby. I don't know if Arc actually has this information. And I don't know if they know that Khan Balloon's Mori's still nearby. It looks like Arc's actually pretty much acting like Maury's in there, so I don't think they have information. I don't know, actually. So Maury's trying to stay as quiet as possible, not giving away any audio cues for Arc to act upon. And you can see Arc, they're acting like he's not there, so I'm pretty sure Maury is undetected right now. So with that, let's go ahead and keep a watch out. Oh, okay. They're going up the staircase. Maury cannot move there because their footsteps are gonna be heard. Okay. Xenox is over there. Maury's waiting. Okay. Ryan's nearby as well. Still nothing. Okay. Xenox. If they just peek here. Oh, okay. Here we go. Oh, Maury takes him by surprise. Okay, Ryan's still there, however. Xenox gets taken out. Maury, really good job. Very patiently waiting for the right moment to strike. And that was the right moment to strike. I'm pretty sure Ryan was like caught by the surprise back there. You see, Arc Esports had their backs turned on that staircase. They didn't know Mario was there the entire time. And Ryan, okay. Not much information to go about. They're just blindly shooting at the staircase, but Mario's long gone. We got the grenade cooking. Just gonna be bouncing that off right off the wall. Blind shot. Okay. Not gonna be hitting Maury. It's a little bit too far off. Okay, grenade coming about, but Maury's on a different room, in a different room, so... Okay, we got some shots in. Oh, Maury gives away their location. Jumps off of that hole. Maury contemplates going out of the window. Okay, it looks like Maury will be disengaging from that building. Gets the car. Okay, never mind. They're gonna be going on for Ryan, I think. And Ryan still has some grenades to use. So... Ike, however, from Untaku. What happened here? Ike's in trouble. Slash Scorpy still up. Mikey over got taken out back here. Slash. Oh, nice shot. Here we got Cookie from XRN getting taken out of the equation. Ike, however, still needs to be saved. I don't know where Ike is. I don't think Ike can be saved in this situation. Here, Scorpy gonna be giving out location information to the rest of their team. They're a little bit too far off from their teammates, but Dina from XRN just got taken out. Scorpio takes out as Soez. So that's 2 down on their side. There should be one last player in that team, if I'm not mistaken. Here, SDMZ, still 0 eliminations, but we're still 16 minutes in, so we're not gonna be worrying about that too much. So Agent goes right out, gets into their car. Coming right about. There's a lot of teams nearby, so there's a lot of potential eliminations that we're going to be seeing. Ooh, Scorpio does find Zuki. Elan gets knocked out by Aman. There should be our very first elimination for STMZ. Elan gets taken out. So love it. Still 0 eliminations. Top teams, by the way, so I'm really hoping that they bounce back and try to get as much elimination points as possible. Flanky just got half health back there, and Ezio manages to knock out Flanky. But Flanky is nearby the rest of their team, so I think they can bounce back really, really quickly. Soli coming in. trying to get a better angle up against SDMZ, but I'm not seeing the rest of the team from Lovin, so it's gonna be a really nerve-wracking place, really nerve-wracking situation to be in with Soli. So hopefully they find their footing. Okay, we're just gonna be very, very patient right now to see what's gonna be happening right now. So, with that, it's your vantage point. Lovins is slowly but surely taking their position, going up against STMZ. Top two teams going about. We're about 18 minutes into the game. And so the teams, they're playing it quite safely, but the game is moving quite slowly right now. So we have to be really, really patient to see what the teams are going to be up to next. So hopefully by maybe minute 25, things will come about really nicely. Things will start picking up. But right now, everyone's just taking position with, okay, FTR's nothing, that's fine. Scorpio from Anteku. Okay, nothing. We'll be scouting sidelines. Anteku's nearby. Raze is on the ground nearby. Anteku, SDMZ is also within the vicinity. Ooh, one really good grenade. I think Raze could have the skill in the bag, but no, Raze gave away their location a little bit too early. They were still cooking up the grenade, but it's okay, because Fraternity does have backup. Oh, I think I can see one down on the side of AT. Scorpion's gonna going right onto the ground. Slash is trying to help him up. Should get the revive in. Okay, we're gonna be coming in, and Race is just a tad bit faster than Anteku, and there we go. That's a 2-for-1 deal that Anteku manages to give away to Fraternity, and now Slash is quite low in health. Ooh, gets taken out as well. So Aiki should be the last person standing, and FTR very confidently going up this place, trying to secure this one last elimination for themselves, and Aiki is trying to get the standoff in. I think the best bet right now is choosing the right window to jump out of this situation. Brucey quite low in health. I think they can still go ahead and get that healing happening. Aiki has one healing kit and 5 bandages left, so they have to be really careful right now. You can't be stingy, because you're the last hope of your team. Anteku did a really good job with 7 eliminations, by the way. But I think this is the last leg. This is a 4 versus 1 between Anteku and FTR. And they're jumping up. They're climbing up the staircase. And just like that, Aiki gets taken out of the equation. Fraternity secures our very last elimination for themselves. Right now, let's go ahead and watch for the rest of the teams here. And the last leg of the circle, stage 5 of the circle, is still gonna be lostly honest. There's so many buildings, so it's gonna make things a little bit more complicated because there's a lot of, I don't know how to say this, like surface area to go about, because each building has like so much floors, so there's so much hiding spots to come about. Still got 10 teams, surprisingly, for 20 minutes into the game. Things should be picking up right now. So we got 1 elimination. Yes, that was Anteku that we saw a while ago. Still got 27 players now. And Bruzy just got taken out by Lovin Maito. Oh, Soli goes right into the fire. Raze, however, gets taken out. Soli gonna be quickly healing up before they finish off Raze. Moxie, Lovin's return. Oh, Soli gets taken out. Who was that? Zex from Zex's Genie takes that. So Raze is slowly crawling towards Muxie. Very, very carefully. Fraternity, they're all that they have. Raze and Muxie, the last 2 players standing in this team. There's a lot of smokes there, so there's a lot of trouble. Ooh, Ezio is going to be coming about. Muxie does find the body and goes ahead and tries to get the sprays on. Okay, Muxie. Ooh, gotta be really careful there. Okay, they can manage to finish off Ezio. Okay, Race throwing up the grenade. There's a bunch of grenades cooking towards the western side. That's making me a little bit nervous, but Obi-Wan does find Hunter from OPX. Okay, so a lot of grenades cooking about. We still have 26 players, by the way, considering the fact that it's still stage 6. It's already a stage 6 circle, so things should pick up quite nicely. So hopefully it picks up fast. 22 minutes into the game. Maybe we'll see. Maybe maybe minute 25, we might be seeing things pick up quite nicely. Okay, Fraternity gets wiped out. Crown Esports, we're on our screens. Baby quite low on health, but 5 XP left, but game over. Gives that chase in, and Crown Esports says goodbye. Kanbulun's Mori still alive, by the way. And this time about, Mari has to worry about a completely different team. But oh, nice flanking coming about from Zexos, and Kind Balloon finally gets taken out of the equation. Unfortunately, from Mari's trouble, they only had 1 placement point, but still a couple of eliminations here and there. But here we have naturally accent coffee. They do find SDMZ on the rooftop. Really nice vantage point. Oh! Nice! Grenade throw from Aman. Oh, one more splash damage. It's gonna be the end for that player. Oh, Rocky, however, gets caught up by OPX Unknown, and it looks like Unknown will be finishing the job. Naturally, X will be making their exit just like that. Through the snap of your fingers. We have 6 teams left and 17 players left remaining. So a lot of the players that got picked off just now, just solo players, time and time again. So the statistics are gonna be equalizing themselves just like that. Got 6 teams left and 17 players left remaining. You can see a pool of smoke at the bottom. SDMZ's moving the plays out. Nobody knows where they're going, but they are taking a bit of damage just like that. Ooh, Arc Esports gonna be the first team to go about from the last 6 teams. Now we're going to be seeing 5 teams left. That's SDMZ. A little bit of trouble. You can see there are 2 players from SDMZ that needs to revive. Lovins just got picked off just now. But now we're watching out for the last 4 teams. Oh, we got Flanky got taken out of the equation. OBX Unknown's a little bit in trouble, but Hunter is still there to maybe save Unknown if ever Unknown does get picked up. Oh, SDMZ. It's not going to be a 3-peat. SDMZ just got taken out as the 4th team left on in this map. Now it's just up to these 3 teams. Double OPEX, however, with the 8 eliminations already, doing such a great job. Still a 2-man team. We got Game Over. 3-man team. Chana, Spiders, Isuit, and Zex is also within the game. Ooh, OPX Hunter just got taken out by that Molotov. Unknown's trying to hide out. MVP so far of OPEX, 5 eliminations. And last person standing on their team. So, Zexos and Game Over. Basically, the 2 giants of this last standoff. It looks like Hacker does get taken out by Isuit. Okay. Ooh. Little bit of shots here and there. Fui, I don't know why this guy was walking in the middle of nowhere, but Game Over. They're not taking the bait. I think they hopefully won't be taking the bait, but Chana's gonna go to the situation. Okay, there we go. Just like that. Game Over. I actually finished the job just like that quite cleanly. And they get the winner chicken dinner on their side. So it was just like OPEX. And also Zexos got taken out in one fell swoop by Game Over Esports, and Game Over Esports does take the winner chicken dinner for themselves this time around. Congratulations to these guys. So I kind of want to see what the stats look like. So it looks like they got 8 eliminations, so they should have 10 placement points. So that's gonna be 18 points for Game Over Esports. It's a really decent amount of points. I think they should be like in the top maybe 5, perhaps, if I'm not mistaken. They should be around that area. And so with the damage, 2052 is a decent amount of damage from this team. So team stats: Iron Man has 2 eliminations, Spider has 2, China has 1, and Isuit has 3 eliminations on their side. So I mean, in terms of damage, just around the highest is 335. It's not actually that high. In terms of if we put the rest of the top players on this matchup on this Group B stage, it's actually not too high, but the fact that they have the survivability in, and nonetheless, despite the low damage, they did get 18 total points from this match. I think it's a good trade-off. I think basically Game Over has been really, really efficient in this match. Despite the fact that they don't have a lot of damage, they still got the job done. They still got the chicken dinner. So here is our match report. We got the most eliminations, which is 5 from OBX Unknown. Agent has the highest damage of 1,019. Unknown has the most grenade eliminations of 1. Aiki has the longest elimination, 260 meters. And Aman has the top travel with 13.7 kilometers. So highest damage of 1,019 from Agent. That's like pretty much the close to the amount of damage our Chicken Dinner Winners Game Over Esports has. So this is what I'm talking about. Not too much damage, but still the fact that they won the Chicken Dinner, getting 18 total points from this match, it's still very efficient for them. Here's our MVP. It's going to be Double O OPEX's Unknown that we saw a while ago. That's going to be 5 eliminations, 648 damage, 4 knocks, 1 assist, 301 heals, and a survival time of 25 minutes and 11 seconds. So that's going to be for our MVP. Our match standings over here, Game Over Esports, of course, we saw that 18 total points. But coming up second is going to be Double O OPEX with 13 total points. Number 3 is Zexos Ian with 10 points. Number 4 is SDMZ Esports with 9 points, alongside Arc Esports with 9 points. Number 6 is LF Novitz with 8 points. Number 7 is Game Over Antico with 7 points. Can Balloon with 5 points. Shout out to Maury, by the way, for holding on to dear life. Number 9 is Levin's Fraternity Esports with 4 points. Syndicate with 2. Naturally Exit Crown, Zero and Starlight, and NRS each with 1. Unfortunately, Oxford, Cat's Eye, and OnlyFans have 0 total points for this Miramar. And after this, there's only gonna be 1 map left. So hopefully, when we see the overall rankings, hopefully we see some sort of improvement from the teams that really need to catch up. Here we have the overall standings. SDMZ Esports with the 6-7 total points. But coming up second is Lovins, holding on to rank number 2 with 36 total points. A huge gap between SDMZ and Lovins, by the way. But number 3 is going to be Double O OPEX, improving quite a lot from 3 ranks with 28 total points. But there's going to be a tie for rank number 4 and rank number 5. Game Over Esports, Lovins Fraternity each have 24 total points. And rank number 6, Arc Esports is 20, Crown Esports and NRS. We got 18 and 16 total points. Zexas Ian has 13, alongside Canbolum with 13. Syndicate has 11, Antico has 10, Starlight has 8, Naturally Exit has 7, Oxford Esports has 3, OnlyFans has 2, and Cat's Eye unfortunately couldn't quite bounce back. They still have 0 points. Here is our top players for this Group B stage. Agent with the 16 eliminations and 2746 damage, beating their own teammate Flanky with 12 eliminations and 2316 damage. Number 3 is Lovin Solely with 13 eliminations and 2048 damage. Number 4 is NRS Criminal with 6 eliminations and 1986 damage. Number 5 is OBX Rain with 9 eliminations and 1610 damage. So these are our top players, some really nice contributors to their team. And there we have it. We got our match number 3 done and dusted. Game Over Esports, breaking the streak of SDMZ Esports. And now we only have 1 more match left for this group stage. And there's a lot of teams that I'm really worried about. And hopefully they bounce back in this next match. So before match number 4 wrangle happens, we will be taking a short break. So guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be seeing you soon in a few minutes. So they already lost out in terms of players, and Render is about to reload, so I'm not very, very confident in this situation, but we got 2 versus 1, and it looks like Iron Man in this situation, but we got 2 versus 1, and it looks like Iron Man, however, is not very they didn't get the Jarvis in, they didn't have the armor that they need, but it looks like side is in trouble right now. Good idea. I think this is a 3 versus 1, and yeah, that's exactly how it works, depending on what you made your we got a little bit of a bounce off from that. Oh, little bit shut up. By circling back just like this. Trying to get this Right, kind of not kind of. Cloud doesn't get revived. Get revived as well. A little bit of a mess here, not to be honest. In that not a good place to be in. We got Cloud got finished off just now. And Ryan's just trying to peek in and finish off. Rushan, gets caught up. They are. You're still in the game. Maldives gets taken out of this equation. We got some sprays to give out. Ryan's nearby. Finds them. Ryan manages to start as well. Oh, Maury takes him by surprise. What happened here? I see some trouble. Not scoring so well. Nice shot. Here we go. Just have back. I can see one down on the side. Trying to pop him up. Revive in. Okay, we're gonna keep filming in and racing. This is a bit faster. Get the revive in. Okay, we're gonna keep filming in and racing. This is a bit faster. There we go. That's a 2-1. Now 21 health. 21 health. Happening. I think has 165 minutes. So we have to be really careful. Still alive, by the way, and this time about Mari has to worry about a completely different team. But oh, nice flanking coming about from Zexos and kind of the statistics are gonna be equalizing themselves just like that. Got 16 flat and 17 points. You can see a pool of smoke at the bottom. SDM's moving the plays out. Nobody knows going what they are. A bit of damage just like that. Go back to the last 6. Now we're gonna be surviving stuff. That's SDM's a little bit of trouble. You can see their two over there. I don't know why this guy was walking in the middle of nowhere. Game over. They're not taking the gate. They hopefully won't be taking the gate. But Connor's gonna go to the situation. Okay, there we go. Just like that. Game over. I think that's 2 players cover. So they already lost out in terms of players. And Render is about to reload them up. Very, very confident in this situation. But we are 2 versus 1. And it looks like Iron in this situation. But we are 2 versus 1. And it looks like Iron Man, however, is not sharing this goal. They did get the Iron Man. They did get Jarvis and they did get the armor that they need. But it looks like we'll be all right, we are on our last leg for this Group B stage, and this is still the Esports Flash Series for PUBGM. It's gonna be Group B, and I mean, for the teams that don't have a lot of points on this very last map, I'm so sorry. You gotta work extra hard right now if you want to qualify. But of course, for the teams that manage to secure themselves, maybe in the top, let's say top 5, I think they have, like, they could confidently say that they have this in the bag. They're probably going to move on to the next leg of the tournament. And of course, I'm still your caster. It's still Annie, and well, we're almost gonna be at the end of this stream, at the end of this Group B stage. So hopefully we see some really nice improvements from our favorite teams that have still to catch up to. But yes, we are gonna be going back to your grand goal. This time around, it's gonna be a south to north flight path. So it's gonna be starting off with Sosnoff military base, going all the way up to the space between shooting range and Severnia. I think it's still technically shooting range, but there's a lot of places that are going to be accessible from this flight path, especially Pochinki. But there's a lot of teams that like to avoid Pochinki because it's a little bit too predictable. But of course, school is still nearby. There's Boatyard, there's ruins, the Skatka farm, still accessible. Lots of places that are still accessible. It's just gonna be depending on what the playstyle of the teams are gonna be later on. So let's look forward to that. Question is, will there be early game engagements? Were there gonna be early game wipeouts? But here we go. We got our very first circle. It's gonna be towards the western side this time around. A little bit biased towards the western side. There's a bit of water in there, so it's gonna be limiting the amount of land that the players can go about to. So it's gonna be a little bit quite exciting. I really like seeing water in the circle because just makes things a little bit more complicated for our players. And so there's some teams that are trying to land towards the eastern part, and we're not too worried about that because they can just get their cars and then loot the place up and then worry about rotations later on. So with that, looks like everyone's gonna be settling in. I'm not seeing anything popping up in the kill feed. I think there should be one team either got eliminated off or they chose not to join the stem. Ooh, Raze, however, you're not going to be standing there. You definitely don't want to be standing in that place. And so China's trying to finish the job, but they're limited in terms of resources. So I don't know if the gun was doing the job, but they definitely put a bit of damage on Raze. I don't know if they could put damage on the car, however, but Game Over Esports, they're going to be backing away real quick. It looks like Isuch and China will be maybe giving the rotations in. I don't know if they'll try to give the chase, but here we go. And so with that, Game Over Iron Man already got picked off. I don't know what the story is from that, but definitely probably has something to do with FTR. So Raze still needs to heal themselves up. You can see from just the overall standings. I don't know if they have any healing items. Probably some bandages because it's not going up too fast. But here, SDMZ, we're looking at what they're up to. I believe they landed in the shooting range. So, they're just going to be going right about and making the rotations. I'm not seeing a lot of resources on SDMZ yet, so that's making me a little bit nervous there. But they did land in shooting range, so there should be nice resources in. They could go to Sharky if they wanted to as well. So just gonna be looting the place up. Agents all alone, so they have to be really careful in case there might be a team that they run into. But right now it's high risk high reward sort of situation. You got all of this place to yourself. You don't have to compete with your own teammates for resources, but at the same time when you need help, it's gonna be a little bit hard. So I'm gonna be waiting really patiently. We got 4 minutes into the game. Surprisingly, we only got like a couple of eliminations that just happened. And so Dexos is nearby, FTR is also nearby. So Fraternity taking position, not really confident with their guns yet, so Fraternity will be trying to get this engagement in. It's not really a good idea, but let's see what they're gonna be planning to do. So Muxi does have one elimination, so I believe that should be Iron Man from Game Over. Okay, we got our stage 1 circle starting to close in. You can see the blue zone developing, and don't know what Lovins is doing all the way in Kamishki. They are a little bit far from home, but then again, you can still tank the damage from a stage 1 circle, so I'm not too worried. It's just that Lovins is so far away, and also there's another team towards the south eastern part of the main Erango Island towards Milta. So they're gonna have to rotate as well. So but that's teams have made their choices. They're all just looting the place up, and we're not seeing a lot of um engagements yet. So everyone's just chilling. Good 5 minutes in, not much violence happening. And everyone's just gathering resources. So there's a lot of patience to be had in this situation. Ooh, Robbie from OF. They did disconnect, so hopefully they come back. They come right back up. So guys, do choose Ooredoo 5G if you're playing PUBG because you don't want to disconnect just like Robbie back here. So yeah, do check out the products of Ooredoo Nation, and you did another Ooredoo Nation, Ooredoo 5G, and also do check out their products for the provider plans that they're offering. So they're really decent. They're really decent. I don't know what you call it. So internationally, it's called provider, but in our country, it's called like telecom. So yeah, telecom or provider. Do check out Ooredoo. So with that, we're gonna be watching OF Alu just crawling all the way to this compound. This guy has a lot of patience, and so is it? Okay. Alu's not patient at all. After all that crawling, this guy just gave away their location. That just scared Mipu off. And naturally actually a little bit skittish here because it looks like they're not going for anything rash. They saw Mipu take a lot of damage and they're backing away like that. So Alu throwing in the grenade. Ooh, that car took a bit of damage, however. So Alu taking position. The rest of OF's nearby as well, taking position as well. So it's gonna be a 4 versus and he does have 3 players, so it's gonna be 4 versus 3. Grenades flying about. 1T1 is in this building. I don't know if Alip has the information. Oh, steps right outside, right into the line of fire, and 1T1 is 0-0. So Alip does have the 1 elimination for themselves. They even took the building of 1T1. So naturally exit. Mipo is going to be jumping right up the building. Mipo at least manages to heal up. Managed rather to heal up in that situation. Okay. Got some shots coming about. Robbie finally reconnected to read. Oh, Mipo was looking the wrong direction. And it looks like I've actually punish them for that. And so Hockey's gonna be the last person standing once again every single time, and you can see Olaf just circling this guy, like trying to find the one last play from naturally exit. I think like maybe they could assume that there's still maybe 2 players left in naturally exit, but they should know there's probably no one left here. So naturally exit's gonna be making their exit. It's gonna be the first team eliminated off in this situation, and so we got 15 teams left. 57 plays left remaining. We got some almost 9 minutes into the game. Ooh, we got a couple of eliminations here. So as gets taken out by Ezio from Lovins. So Lovins has 3 eliminations already, which is a really good start. And Lovins, I think they were quite Lovins is quite consistent with keeping their number 2 spot all throughout the maps, and so hopefully we don't see them getting overtaken by, let's say, OPX, because OPX is there's maybe 11 points in gap as of this moment. So OPX, they did really well. They shined really brightly at the start of the tournament, but right now OPX is staying a little bit silent this time around. The most consistency I saw was SDMG and Lovins. They maintained their spots really, really well. And OPX, they bounced back from a couple of ranks here and there. But okay, let's go ahead and see what the boatyard is up to. We got OF. 3 players standing on their side, and there's Arc nearby. So let's see if they'll try to go ahead and get that engagement in. But yes, Zero and Starlight's gonna be saying goodbye. So that's the second team that got wiped out in this very last map. And so these guys, unfortunately, since they're ranked number 13 now, ranked number 14, ranked number 17, I don't think they're gonna be qualifying. So let's just see what the final lineup's gonna look like later on. And of course, what just happened back there? Render and Alo said goodbye all of a sudden. No, it's just gonna be Alip. Alip managed to get away from all that by swimming this whole time. So the next leg of the circle is gonna be closing in on the western part of the map. It's gonna be Georgia Pool Hospital ruins, Botyar, and a lot of open fields in the middle. So it's gonna be probably most likely an open field last couple of minutes into the final map. So we're gonna be seeing that later on. But for now, yes, it's just gonna be pickoffs after pickoffs after pickoffs. It's just slowly but surely taking out a lot of players from the equation, and we can already see a couple of teams try to rotate, make their rotations into the area. So you can see SDMZ making their entrance. And not seeing much gatekeeping as of this moment. So good for the people that just arrived. Literally just arrived. But here, Alip, last person standing on OF. Not looking too good considering the fact that there's still, what, like 51 other players still in the game? So it's gonna be a 1 versus 51 sort of situation. So Alip's going back to the water. This guy's a mermaid. But this is quite a safe place to be in. However, you'd expect a lot of players, they won't scan the waters, especially in the boatyard. If it were like a military base last game, then you might expect players to scan the water, but in the boatyard, probably not so much. They'd rather sightline the mountains, the buildings. Probably the water might be not too much of a priority. But okay, Ryan took a lot of damage back there from Akko. So Akko's just gonna be healing up real quick. Unfortunately, OPX they couldn't Akko couldn't quite finish up OPX. So they have information that Akko's nearby. So it's just gonna make Zaxo's Eon's situation or like position a little bit harder to work around with. So okay, couple of sprays. Let's see if the damage connects. We're just peeking out. But here, okay, we got another stage of the circle. We got the stage 3 circle. It's going to be closing in on the ruins this time. So there's a lot of places that got excluded just now. Georgia Pool, Hospital, Pachinki out of the equation. Now it's just going to be ruins and all this space in between. And of course, Gatka is maybe half of Gatka is still there. And everyone's making the rotations in really, really quickly. Syndicate's going to be closing in from the south. There's another team there. But, oh, Alip's going to get that sprays in. Despite the fact that Alip's the last person on OF, they're definitely not playing it safe. They want those kills. And they're giving away their location just by putting some sprays on. But here, let's look at what Lovins is up to. We're just going to peek out. And Joker, ooh, Joker takes a lot of damage, gets half health, just like that, from a couple of sprays. Solely goes right into the ground. It's a good thing that the rest of Lovins is nearby. Oh, Joker finally gets taken out into the ground, getting knocked down. I don't know if the rest of their teams could go ahead and save Joker. I think it's possible, but Maito is going really aggressive back here. But Simp, I don't know what this guy's thinking. This is a 3 versus 1, and I think we all knew how that was gonna end. I don't know what Simp was thinking. Now it's just gonna be Wild here. So Wild gets still heal up Joker. So this potentially could still stay a 2 versus a 2-man team, a duo. And so I don't know what Beidou's position looks like right now. But Beidou's like over there. I'm not sure. I'm not too confident that's a safe spot to be in. But here, I've just got eliminated off, but not without taking 5 points with them. So really good run, but I don't know how they're doing. It looks like they finished off as ranked number 15. So yeah, it's not looking too good. But okay, we got Beidou got taken out and Wild as well. So Lovins finally takes Crown Esports out of the equation. And Crown finishes at 7. I'm not sure if they're gonna be qualifying. We'll just see for the official announcements, for the official lineup after that for this group stage. But yeah, So right now we're left with 12 teams on our very final map. We got 15 minutes into the game. Ooh, Thiago just got knocked out back here. So Oxford still got retired and Todoy in the game. Santiago crawling in. Ooh, retired. Falls into the ground. Retires themselves alongside with the rest of their team. Oxford Esports, unfortunately, doesn't make it into the rest of this map. Look at that. A lot of the bottom teams, unfortunately, got picked off quite early on. So, I think in this situation, like, if I had to guess what they were thinking, they were like probably thinking like, I got nothing left to lose. Let's just go ahead and get this over with and go sleep. I don't know where the players. I was like, why is there an empty horse, being controlled by nothing? And I don't know where nothing. I didn't know where nothing was. I was like, did nothing turn into a horse? But yes. Just a slight glitch in the graphics. It was quite funny though to watch. But there we go. We got another stage for Circle. We got the Circle closing in on. I think no, not the ruins. Not the ruins. It's just the open field near the ruins towards the western part of the ruins. Ooh, Elon's cooking up a grenade. SDMZ's nearby. 8 eliminations already for Lovins. These guys are on fire. These guys are going up against the top 1 team. It's gonna be Valedictorian versus Salutatorian. It's gonna be Sumo Cum Laude versus Magna Cum Laude here. Lovins and STMZ, the top 2 teams going up against each other. And Lovins already has 10 eliminations. STMZ still at 5, and now they're losing players one after the other. Agent's gonna be the last person standing. I don't know where Obi-Wan is. I don't think Obi-Wan can be saved in this situation. Look at that. Obi-Wan's surrounded by Lovins. Or Lovins rather has a really good sideline. Obi-Wan here. Agent gonna be cooking up the grenade. Let's see if it connects. Okay, let's see if the damage goes up. Come on, dude. Let me check. Let me look at the assets. Okay, Elan manages to heal up. Obi-Wan slowly losing health. I don't know if Agent could save Obi-Wan, considering the fact that it looks like they only have like 5 HP left. And so Agent, I think they're just gonna leave Obi-Wan back there, and Agent's gonna be tumbling down right into the ground. Lovin's even the chase. That's a lot of noise. So Agent definitely got caught up by Lovin's attention back there. So still nonetheless, even if STMZ got picked off here, you can see actually they're quite solidified their place at number 1. 72, I don't think it can be beaten anymore. But while I was talking, FTR also got wiped out back there. So we got 9 teams left. Syndicates, we're looking at IU and Cloud. They do need to get saved. I can see Cloud here, but I don't know where IU is. Maybe Luciano probably has IU to be saved. Okay. Ooh, they both bounced back, so it was just a matter of reviving. Ooh, they have to heal up really fast to just clutch that stage 5's blue zone, so they can't stay there. They can't stay in the blue zone. There's a lot of damage to be tanked that situation. Oh, Con Balloons might be in trouble. Where's Zuzu? Zuzu's trying to help out their players, but unfortunately Antake's just a tad bit faster, and Con Balloons gonna be the next team. They got wiped out. We got 8 teams left, ladies and gentlemen. We got 8 teams left, and this is our last map, so things are gonna be heating up. So whatever number you end up with on this last map, that's gonna be your overall ranking, your overall standing in this Group B stage. And it's gonna dictate whether or not you're gonna be moving on to the next part of the tournament. It looks like Cloud got taken out back there. Ezio finds Spider just to knock out, however, just to knock out. 24 players left remaining. We're 19 minutes into the game. China gets knocked out as well. Criminal finds that, and they finish them off. Game over gets finished off by both Lovins and NRS, if I'm not mistaken. Ooh, Mighty does find Criminal for NRS. Gonna be finisher as well. Toxifies Elan from Lovins. Ike does need to get revived. And we got 17 left. A lot of really decent teams. A lot of first page teams are still vying for better ranking in the game. So here, Mighty does get taken out by OPX Unknown. And Unknown still out in the open. Oh, it's still the first elimination, however, for OPX. So they do need to get some catching up, and they do have all 4 players standing, so they have a really good chance of still getting that chicken dinner. So Hunter does get Ike. No, it's not actually Hunter that got the elimination. I think Unknown got the elimination, if I'm not mistaken. Lovin's 15 eliminations. These guys are on fire. I'm really happy to see Lovin's improving quite a lot in this map. So with that, Luciano's nearby, NRS Tyrant right in the cars. The spray's coming about. Walks right into Zex. So Tyrant quite low in health. That's about like 10 HP left. Luciano's just trying to cup that grenade real quick. Ooh, Lucid goes right into the ground. Elon finds OPX Hunter. Lucid gets taken out by Unknown from OPX. Okay, IU, Luciano, they're trying to get as much elimination points as possible. They do have a bit of placement points just by staying alive, but in terms of total points from this map, it's still something that we'll be finding out later on. So maybe we got like 5 minutes left in this map. And so everyone's just waiting patiently. Stage 6 circle. We got a half a minute left to go before it starts closing in. And once that closes in, it's going to be a tight circle for everyone to try to squeeze into. Considering the fact that there's like 17 players left. So Tyrant on the red. Akko is also on the red. Unknown catches him up. Let's see if we can get some revives in. Toxic's just trying to scan the place up. I don't know where Tyrant is. I don't know if Tyrant can still be saved in this situation. So is Exos nearby. Tyrant's all the way up. I don't know if Toxic will try to attempt this, or if it's too unsafe. I'm sure Tyrant is feeding information to Toxic as of this moment, at least. Trying to draw them out. But here, Ezio does find Slash from Anteku. Ooh, Arc finds Toxic, but no, it's gonna be Ryan that's gonna be sniping out Toxic from NRS, and that's just it. We got one more team taken out of the equation, and of course Arc Esports also just like that. Hold on, OPX is on the roll. OPX gets another kill for themselves. Ooh, and Teku gets wiped out as well. So we got 4 teams left to go. Luciano gets taken out. Aku gets taken by the play zone. So there's one team that's just like a solo player left. That's Exos Eon, if I'm not mistaken. 1 player left. Oh, they just got taken up by Unknown. OPX is on fire. Just like that. 7 eliminations. They caught up in terms of elimination points really, really nicely. But now, IU, last person standing, Syndicate, trying to heal up. Not looking good in terms of healing items. But they do have 3 grenades. I think they should expend it right now. Really nice sidelines on Lovins, but that also means giving away their location. So, lots of discipline right now. Hunter gets taken out by Elon. Okay. No, rather, it's just a knockout. And, you can see Ayu's waiting for Lovins and Syndicate. I know, rather, Lovins and OPEX to try to take each other out. Very patiently. I can see, OPX, I think they're not in a very good position in terms of location. Here, trying to get some grenades in. Ooh, IU finds Fantastic, however. It's got up by the blue zone. Oh, it's gonna be a 1 versus 1. Fantastic, however, has a little bit of a position advantage back there, and so IU gets taken out. Syndicate says goodbye. Now it's just gonna be our 2 teams. It's gonna be OPEX and Lovitz going up against each other. It's gonna be 3 versus 4 grenade battles at this moment, and this terrain is not making it easy, especially for OPX. Ooh, Maito, Elon falling. Okay, there should be a 2 that's left. It's gonna be a 3 versus 2, 2 versus 2. I'm in 2 versus 1 now, and there we have it, just like that. Double O, OPEX takes that winner with a chicken dinner for themselves. Congratulations for getting the final winner in the chicken dinner for tonight for this Group B stage. Despite the fact I said a while ago, OPEX, I wasn't a big fan of their positioning. It's just quite unfortunate they got the low ground and Lovins had the high ground, and they had the momentum as well. They had, like, last I checked, like 15 eliminations on that game, but still OPEX played their cards right. one after the other, Lovins fell until there was just a 3 versus 1 turned into 2 versus 1, and then OPEX won. And so congratulations once again for these guys. They got a decent amount of damage. Look at that, 1,920. This is what I'm talking about. 1,920 damage. 441 heals, 7 knockouts, survival time of 24 minutes and 12 seconds, and 11 eliminations. Double OPEX caught up in terms of elimination points. He got 11 eliminations plus the 10 placement points. That should make 21 total points for this map. We got team stats. Double OPEX. Unknown has 4 eliminations. Fantastic has 2. Ryan has 5. And Hunter has 0 eliminations. And decent amount of damage from Unknown, by the way. 1,012. And next up is Rain, is about like half of that, 514, and the Fantastic has 227, and OBX Sumter with 167. So it's a decent amount of damage coming in, but Unknown carried quite a lot. Ryan finished the job with the 5 eliminations, so still decent amount of damage and also performance coming in from Double OPEX. Congratulations once again to this amazing team. Most of their players survived almost all the way into the end. And so it was really nice to watch out for. But here's our match summary. We got, 55 total eliminations, 58 total knocks, 6238 total heals, so revives of 16, throw balls used 137, drive distance 309 kilometers, total damage 11,273, total headshots of 15, and survival time doesn't, I think 17 minutes. But here we got the match report. Most eliminations is from Elan from Lovins with 6 eliminations, and highest damage is still Elan with 1,222 highest damage, and Elan again with the most grenade eliminations with just 1. But finally, Syndicate's Luciano has the longest elimination at 298 snipe, and of course Lovins Ezio is top traveler 13 kilometers. So 4 out of 5 is from Lovins actually, and 3 out of 5 is from Elon. So congratulations once again. This is our match reports, and we should be seeing more stats later on. So yeah, considering what we saw in the previous overall rankings, I think we know that at least SDMD, Lovins, and OPEX, they have a really good position into maybe securing the top 3 spots. But here's our MVP. To nobody's surprise, it's gonna be Elon from LF Lovins with the 6 eliminations, 1,222 damage, 4 knocks, 6 assists, 564 heals, and 24 minutes and 9 seconds total survival time. So congratulations once again to Elon from LF Lovins for getting the MVP. And now we got the match standings. LF Lovins with the 24 total points. Ooh, higher than Double OPEX at 21 total points. So okay, that's a surprise. I thought OPEX was really impressive, but no, I forgot Lovins. They got 15 total eliminations last I saw, so they got a couple more after that, and of course, the placement points helped out quite as well. Number 3, Syndicate with 8 total points. Number 4 is Untaker with 7. Zexos, Eon, SDMZ, and OF has 5 each. Arc Esports and Game Over Esports both have 4. NRS has 2. Canball and Lovins Fraternity Esports has 1. Oxford Crown and Zeron have 0, as well as Naturally Accent also has 0 total points from this match standing. So with that, it's going to be our overall rankings after this. So I think we all have a pretty good idea as to what the next slide is gonna look like. So here is our overall standings. Nobody surprised as the MZ Esports keeps their number 1 spot consistently at 72 total points, 48 eliminations, 24 total placement points, and 2 chicken dinners. Ranked number 2 is going to be Lovins at 60 total points. The below OPEX consistent with their number 3 spot. Game Over Esports also consistent, 28 points. Lovins Fraternity still consistent, 25 points. Actually, look at this. From rank 1 to rank number 6, there's no change whatsoever. They kept their spot. Arc Esports at 24. But however, Syndicate shoots up by 7 ranks, 19 total points. Dexos Eon shoots up 8 ranks with 18 total points, and NRS unfortunately drops by 9 ranks. I believe No, rather, oh, okay, I'm a little bit wrong here. They dropped in points, but not necessarily like 7 ranks. I'm so sorry, I read the table wrong. But yeah, they did drop quite a bit. NRS, 18 total points. So I'm not sure how many teams get to move forward. So depending on if there are any more adjustments, this is the tentative overall standings, and I think we can guess pretty much which teams will be playing in the next leg of this Flash series. So do tune in to our socials to see the final lineup of teams, because we will be taking into account Group A stage as well. But here is our overall top players. We got Agents at number 1 with 18 eliminations, and of course number 2 is Solely, overtaking Flanky with 19 eliminations. Number 3 is Flanky with 14 eliminations. Number 4 is OPX Ryan with 14 eliminations, and number 5 OPX Unknown with 10 eliminations. Congratulations to our top players of this Group B stage, and of course, yep, decent amount of damage to all of them. And Agent, however, the 3k damage in just 4 maps, it's just absolutely insane. SDMZ, as usual, giving us a really nice performance even in just the group stage. So time and time again, they never disappoint, absolutely never disappoints. And of course, Lovin's making a name for themselves really nicely, as well as OPX. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is our match schedule. We are done and dusted. Rondo has SDMZ's winner chicken dinner. Our match number 2, Erangel, has SDMZ but the back-to-back chicken dinner. Match number 3 is Game Over Esports with Miramar chicken dinner. And match number 4, Erangel, finishing this off with OPX's chicken dinner. Congratulations to these 3 teams for getting the chicken dinners for this Group B stage. And well, that is pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen, for the Group B stage. That is it for our stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. And guys, do tune in to the socials to see what the next schedule is going to be. But for tonight, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll be seeing you on the next stream. But for now, good night. The amount of land that the players can go about to. So it's going to be a little bit quite exciting. I really like watching because just makes things once he one is in this building, I don't know if Olive has the information. Oh, stepped right outside, right into the line of fire. Looking the wrong direction. Almost 9 minutes into the game. Ooh, we got a couple of Ooh, Drover takes a lot of damage, gets half health. Just like that. Great. Tony goes right into the ground. Ooh, retired, falls into the ground, retires on fire. These guys are going up against the top 1 team. It's gonna be Valedictorian versus Salutatorian. It's gonna be Super Kumlabi versus Magnakumlabi here. Lovins and SPMZ, the top 2 teams going up against each other. Lovins second location. SPMZ still at 5, and now they're using players one after the other. I don't know. gonna take is just dead this time. He's got good second revive. That's what he's about. A lot of really, a lot of that's why I thought no one's gonna be right. It's gonna be snap out. Got one more team. Like that. Hold on, okay, that is on the road. Making it easy. Oh my god. Okay, that's not gonna be a super difficult. I mean, one out, and there we have it. Just like that. So it's gonna be a little bit quite hard. I really like because just makes it once one is in this building, I don't know all the kinds of information. Oh, step right outside, right into the line of fire. And once he won, is 0 up. Managed rather to heal up in that situation. Okay, got some stars coming about. Robbie finally reconnected to read. Oh, Meepo was looking the wrong direction. So